My name is Josh, and I will be the keeper for this particular instance of Monster of the Week. These are my players, and we'll start over on my left here.
Hi, I'm Travis.
Oh my god. It starts.
It starts. And yes, I am playing the the wronged in the Monster of the Week. And what are we doing? Are we just...
What's your character
Just
name?
go ahead and give yourself a physical description.
Oh, okay.
Age,
Yeah. All right. So, I am Henrietta Kills 100. That is a real name. I went to school with some Kills 100s. Anyway, so I'll just give you the description I wrote. She's an older woman with sun-kissed skin and long, silky black hair pulled into a braid that runs along the length of her back. She has solemn eyes lit by the glow of her cigarette under a wide-brimmed hat. She wears a leather jacket with mismatched pointed studs on her shoulders, breasts, and cuffs. Underneath is a flannel shirt. Her wranglers are dirty and ragged at the bottom of the legs. She leans against her 57 S110 International. It has rust all over and holes in the fenders. You can barely make out its former red color. A crack is arching across the windshield. It doesn't look like much, but somehow it keeps chugging along. I think that's where I'll stop with the description.
He gets really into details.
Oh boy.
Alright.
How the hell am I supposed to...
Yeah, you still left me for last.
Son of a
It's fine.
bitch.
It's fine.
Alright. So, I'm Christian. I am playing the Crooked for this Monster of the Week. Did you do... Are we doing names? Do you want to do character names?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so... We're gonna like totally start my character off on the right foot. Hi, my name is Gregory Mathers. I am we'll say mid to late-ish 30s looking gentleman. You will not likely see me outside of the occasion in my default 3-piece custom tailored suit. Fine Italian leather shoes, fedora. Always got to have a colored tie, something fancy.
I gotta.
If it is bright out, rose-colored sunglasses, always got to be protecting them eyes. For my ride, well, there's no car more fun to joyride around in than a 1960 Corvette convertible. Beautiful bright red with the white.
Oh, I like this guy.
You know, you ain't going to see anything better.
He's too old for me.
So you're
30.
Michael
late
Jackson
30s?
and a
Wait, how old
car
are you?
salesman had a baby.
Late 30s, I thought you said.
No.
How old are you? I thought you said late 20s. Late 20s? Late 30s?
Late 30s.
Oh, late 30s. Oh, you were
Yeah.
too old for me.
A little early on in
Early
my
30s.
career of things to say, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Alright.
Oh, okay. My name's Matt. I'm playing the Spooky. So I had to change my character. I'm going to give you what I originally had, and I'm going to tell you what I changed it to. So originally, I was playing Olivia Squires, who is a 9-year-old girl. She has unblinking black eyes, short brown hair, and white overalls with a little blue short sleeve shirt with little rainbows on it that say like Rainbow Bright on them.
Right.
And even though I'm wearing white overalls, they're never dirty. Like, I can be running through mud and they still be, like, crisp, nice and clean. I carry with me a little doll that I've had since I was really young, since before I can remember, really. And so my new character, which is much older after being found by Henrietta, so I'm 18 now. Instead of
Real quick aside, the reason we did that is
yes.
because we are following in the supernatural style of TV show. Many places of business that hunters would go to would be like bars and police stations where perhaps someone 9-year-old probably would not be welcome or would definitely be looked upon with a,
It's the 80s. What are you talking about?
1 second there, Keeper. I gotta say, I've been to a lot of bars when I was like 8 years old in the early 90s.
Actually, say.
Yeah, just saying.
Also, I didn't want to do anything with age of consent. If that ever did even remotely come up, we didn't want to tangle with that.
Fair. I'm just saying.
That's a better reason.
Things were fast and loose in the 80s.
Yes.
We all know
This
it.
is true. This is true.
Anyway, so the older version of Olivia has long jeans with holes all through them. Not nearly as pristine as her younger self. She has a tank top, black tank top with a red leather jacket on, and she has long black hair now. Long brown hair. And her eyes are still black and unblinking. But she still does have, she has like a backpack on, like a gym bag kind of thing, that you can see like one of the arms of her doll still hanging out. It's pretty dirty by now, as you can probably guess, since she's had it all these years. But she still manages to hang on to that thing. That's Olivia.
My turn. Okay, I'm Alysia, and I am playing the character Danica Nix. She is the initiate, and she is early 20s. She's got blonde hair and green eyes, like sun-kissed skin, freckles. She does not look like she belongs with any of y'all. She is just, she loves everything there is about fashion in the 80s, and all of her stuff's pristine, name brand stuff. She's got the leather jacket, the denim skirt with the black, like, leggings, and the fishnet, and all of the, necklaces, the rosemaries, all the crosses, all that stuff that, like, Madonna would wear in the 80s. She got her hair big, hair sprayed.
Oh.
She got the fingerless gloves, and she drives a 69 Camaro, black.
So,
and she also carries with her a Fender guitar, electric guitar.
Oh, you always gotta have that axe.
You're literally just Celeste. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I sure am.
but like, if Celeste could
a
define
former
the
D&D
80s,
character in our group.
if
Yeah.
you could define the 80s down to the name, you just did it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't think there's a more 80s
This
sounding name.
girl is a fashion icon, okay? She is in it.
Music real quick.
Hey, Google. Pause.
So yeah, this is our first session. This session's first episode, if you will, is going to be taking place in our hometown of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The year is 1985. Many modern conveniences aren't really there, or they are up and coming, such as cell phones. Perhaps some of the richer members of our group might have one, the bigger bricks, but they are definitely something that's not super common. As well as the internet should just be up and forming right now.
I believe it's still a DARPA thing.
Yeah, so resources and studying and any type of investigation is going to have to be done paper, hearsay, that kind of thing.
So the only way we're gonna get our Asian porn is in the magazine form.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big titty Asians.
Angel,
That's
You would
just
have to pay
supernatural.
for porn.
Yeah.
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 Damn it!
Damn it.
I mean, Dean's favorite female magazine is Busty Asian Babies. Or Babes,
Wow.
rather, sorry.
I was gonna say baby.
Whoa!
Whoa. I didn't mean that fast and loose in the 80s. That got weird.
See, and this is why Matt's character is 18 now.
Yeah.
Fine, okay.
Yeah.
My God.
I really wanted to play a young, like, doesn't care, badass 9-year-old, but I understand the age of consent, blah, blah,
Sorry,
blah.
Elle.
I just wanted to be Celeste again.
I know.
I mean, we all want Celeste back.
Oh.
You have her now. Kind of. Not really. But you have
Alright.
a memory of her.
So
this history thing? Are we going to do any of that?
What history thing?
There's a history section.
we will start with that in a second here.
Oh, yeah.
The
I don't know
episode's-
who I'm going to pick.
Oh, I didn't see that.
yeah, the episode's got to get started. So
Is it history then?
Oh, it's how you like the nature.
we're going to do this a little bit like Supernatural would be, where you get the 2.5 to 4 minute snippet at the beginning, and then we will do our character or class, if you will, special actions, because most of them have one before the actual investigation, whether it be an omen of some sort, news down the grapevine. Something brought them to this particular creature, and we shall see how these guys meet up. So we cut to September 19th, 1985, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It has just hit about 9:30 p.m. Sun has gone down. Sun has gone down already on the city itself, and it is it's actually a Thursday by calendar. So most of the natives of Sioux Falls are either doing one of three things. They're either working late at one of the factories in town or one of the late retail jobs, or they are heading home, having supper, about ready to bed down, or many, especially younger folk, are probably driving their vehicles around town. But we are going to cut to a house on the eastern side of Sioux falls, and the neighborhood isn't exactly the best, but there are a number of decently secured homes. We pan into the house itself, and there is a two-story white house with a brick stoop going up to the patio, and we cut to inside of the house, and two parents have just laid their daughter down for bed, and they tuck her in, give her kisses for the good nights, and it's not long before she drifts off to sleep. Cut to about 3 hours from 9, so it's a little bit after midnight, and she hears something on the inside of her closet. A little bit of a scratching sound, mixed with a little bit of a knocking sound, and she at first is a little bit hesitant, but then she hears a familiar voice, and she goes, "What are you doing in the closet?" And the voice responds, I just need you to let me out. I want to see your parents. That's why I'm here. Can we go see them? And she goes, sure, we can go see them. And a figure steps out of the closet and takes the little girl's hand. And then her parents decide to wake up a little while later. The mother actually goes into the bedroom because normally this little girl isn't exactly the heaviest of sleepers. Waking them up periodically for drinks of water, having to go to the bathroom, the bad nightmare, that kind of thing. She goes to check her daughter's room. It is empty. There is no child in her bed. She checks all over frantically, calls for her husband. And that's where the intro stops. And just for the shits and the giggles.
I like it.
I love that they just have the intro.
Well, why not?
I mean,
They have great intros.
Yeah.
And they're topical for every season.
They are.
So, we are actually going to cut to the very next day. It is now September 20th, and we're actually going to cut to Henrietta and Olivia. They are actually having breakfast in Kimball, South Dakota. They had actually just come from the west side of South Dakota, and they stopped at one of the truck stop diners along the route there to have some breakfast. And they are reading the paper. And Henrietta, you are reading the Sioux Falls paper.
It wasn't called the Argus Leader at the time?
It is.
Oh.
And you see...
Oh, you made that! I'm sorry. This is so cool. I'm sorry.
It says 2020 on it.
Yeah.
I know. It wouldn't let me change that on the editor. It would only let me add in
The text.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay, continue.
That's really cool.
Are you actually going to read the article?
Oh, shit.
I can read it out loud for you. It says, Isabel Reyes, 7, is the latest local child to be reported missing. Reyes is the 5th child under the age of 12 to be reported missing this month alone. When questioned, Sheriff Brian Mills says that he does not believe these cases to be related, and that the Sioux Falls Police Department are putting all of their resources into finding these missing children. Like the 4 cases before, it has been reported that there were no signs of forced entry.
You wrote...
That is all I wrote.
Is this a good
is
time to add that, unlike the show, we actually have an extensive police force and more than one drunk?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But Bobby probably doesn't live here.
Yeah, or we have
We don't
2
just have
hospitals, actually. Not just Sioux Falls General.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, that one, in fact, is not a thing.
I don't know why they just pick one that is real. I mean...
Right.
Probably because you have to license, I feel. Like.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't have to worry about that because we're not selling this.
Right.
Right. Whatever. You know
Also,
what?
they both had different names in the 80s, so...
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so you guys are having some breakfast at the truck stop on your way east, and you read this. It's probably the first lead that you've had in a while on a case.
Missing child. Hey, Livy.
Yeah.
You okay, darling?
I'm just tired. I had to drive last night, and I just hate driving at night. I'm sorry.
No, I know, child. Well, I think we got a case here.
What happened?
We got a missing child. I mean, could be anything, but it seems suspicious.
I mean, were they at home? Did they get taken on a walk during the day?
It says here she just went missing. There's no forced entry. Nothing.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely sounds a little weird.
Yeah. And just so anyone watching knows, I didn't have time to workshop this voice, so if it comes off southern, that's why. I'm actually from somewhere else, but anyway.
I'm sorry, keep going.
It's the only voice I could come up with that sounds like I'm a kind woman that cares, even though I hide it behind a rough exterior.
Yeah, we know Henrietta.
My brother, ladies and gentlemen.
My husband, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
One of the waitresses actually comes by to order fill your coffee, and she goes, "Oh, it's a damn shame that those kids have gone missing. I mean, I'm sure their parents are worried about them. And 5 alone in Sioux Falls in 1 month? It's really weird."
Yeah, you heard about any of the others?
Yeah, they were all just up and missing after they've been put to bed.
Oh, that's so strange. We've been out of town for a long time.
Have they found any of them, or are they all still missing?
No, they're all still missing. We haven't heard much about it. I mean, police have been looking, but it doesn't seem like they're able to find them. I mean, they've got all points bulletins out, but...
It doesn't say what side of town they're on, right?
I told you east during the little...
Yeah, but the paper doesn't say, so I wouldn't know that, right?
No.
Okay. Have they located where in town? Like, is there an area that they've been missing from, or is it kind of all over town?
I wouldn't really know. I don't normally go to Sioux Falls very often, so.
Okay,
But it's a damn shame. Would you ladies like some pie? We've got some fresh pie.
Got any rhubarb?
No, but we have some apple. It's pretty good.
Cherry.
Scoop of ice cream.
Bring it on over.
Alright, she heads off.
Yes. Well, I should have made a pie.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe we should go investigate this. If you think this is actually a case, I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, I'd rather at least try and help people than just be driving around.
Yeah. We should try and find where this one was living and where the others were.
Yeah? We should check out.
Maybe find a cop. They might know something.
Yeah, maybe we can check out some of the previous crime scenes. See if there's any possible areas that they're congregating in. Like, if it can't be like a werewolf or something, or a vampire, but like...
It's strange. Okay, we'll have to look into it, yeah. Alright.
The waitress brings you over your pies, and so we will skip on over to Danica. We'll skip on over to Danica. Danica, you were traveling up from the south there, and you stopped just outside of Omaha for some breakfast as well. You might have stayed the night in Omaha playing a gig at one of the smaller bars. And you are stopping to have some breakfast before you head on the road. They also do have a copy of the Sioux Falls paper, the Argus Leader, and one of the main articles there states about the little children missing.
I'll gesture to the waitress when she brings me my coffee, and
It's actually a waiter.
When he brings me my coffee, and I'll say, "Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Where is this Sioux Falls?"
You can see him like
Cringe. Sucks.
I ain't never heard of any place like that. Is it just a small old town or something?
You're not from around here, are you?
What was your first guess?
Well, it's actually pronounced Sioux, like the Indian nation.
Oh, well, I don't know too much about Indian nations. I'm sorry, but that is a lovely way to say it, better than I said it. After all, but wait, where is it? Is it?
You just take 90 north here, and
all right. Is
you'll
it?
get there.
Is it in?
It's in South Dakota. Just to the north.
Okay, not here in this state.
No,
All right.
not here in
All
Nebraska.
right.
It's about 3-4 hour drive.
Is it a big city?
It's no Omaha.
Well, this is a lovely city.
It is. See,
Right.
he takes a little bit of pride in it.
Well, thank you for the drink.
Yeah, no problem. Is that all? Do you need anything else?
Oh, no, I don't eat in the mornings.
Okay. Well, I'll bring you your check.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll cut on over to your character. And you probably be heading in from the east, is my guess. So you actually stop off in, we'll say, gosh, what's on 90 in Minnesota? Laverne. That's a good one. So you stop off in Laverne for some breakfast there as well. They have a copy of the Argus Leader as well. Surprise. Glad with you. With
I don't know about that.
a very generous breakfast, as the waitress can obviously tell you are probably worth her time in trying to pry a tip out of it. She is being awfully sweet to you.
I should have looked up some 80s slang.
Far out, dude. Rad.
Far out, dude.
Getting you with a spoon.
Oh my god.
Eat my shorts.
Radical.
Radical.
Cowabunga, dude.
Alright, anyway. So, yeah, the waitress is really, really pumping you up there a little bit. She
Fat.
has gone away once and come back with a,
Bag your
lower
face.
button.
What's your damage?
Blouse.
No cow, no dog.
And she goes, "Can I help you with anything else?"
Can I help you?
I haven't seen any newspaper. I don't know what's going on, huh?
What's that?
Do I know what's... Have I seen the newspaper?
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten a chance to read it.
Okay.
She's brought you your breakfast. She's kind of coming in to do the hospitality check again. She's come by a couple of times just because she's seen you retire, and she's definitely trying for that tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip, though.
Gotta say, it's not often I come through these parts of the country, but
Choice.
I do quite love the way you treat your customers.
Well, we only treat the best.
Quite a shame about these kids that seem to go missing.
Yeah.
Nothing quite worse than kids who are targeted by particularly terrible individuals, huh?
I'm hoping it's just that they ran away. I mean, but 5 in a month? It's really weird.
Well, it's definitely something to look into, I think. Hopefully they're doing something about it.
Well, you never know with those South Dakotans.
Guest appearance. Well, I think you've quite... Really? Well, I think you've quite earned this here, and I slide over a big ol' hundo.
Ooh!
Damn!
Big spender,
That's
alright.
a lot of money in the 80s. I'm
It
just
is.
saying, like, it is.
What's
No.
Right.
No table.
Just,
lap?
Yeah, what's inflation on that? That's,
Yeah,
it's probably gotta be at like a 150 at least, maybe 2.
I mean,
I don't know if it's...
the 2000s have seen like a skyrocket in inflation, so
It's true. So yeah,
It's a lot of money.
solid hundo, and oh yeah, no, she's probably got rent paid.
Right?
oh, yeah.
And I give her a fine wink on my way out, and I'll add, if I'm ever this way again, I'll make sure to ask for you before walking out the door.
$238.28.
I was
Oh,
right.
damn! You probably covered her rent for a month or two.
What'd you
So,
say? 2?
238.
This is 244.15.
Still.
That's
Close, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys all kind of head out onto the road. So we will do the beginning of the mystery actions. Who has one?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
So, I'm assuming we're driving. Like, are you saying, like, we already get to Sioux Falls, and then we can start, like, investigating the mystery, I'm assuming?
After this part. So,
Okay.
so you were in Kimball, South Dakota, which is probably
Where would that be located?
2 hours from Sioux Falls?
Where would that be located?
To investigate the mystery?
The beginning of the mystery.
No, the beginning of the mystery is what it's called. Each of you should have actions. Let me do a double check real quick.
I have no idea where that's written.
It's usually at the beginning of.
I don't think I do.
I think
it depends on
what
the.
moves.
Yeah, it depends on the character. Some people don't.
Yeah. I don't.
I know my prey, which gives me +1 ongoing when knowingly investigating, pursuing, or fighting the breed of monster that caused my loss. So unless there's been some clue that would lead me to that, then I have nothing.
At the beginning,
I mean, the children missing is definitely very par for the course for the thing that you're hunting. So it's definitely one of those things that's probable and something we definitely investigate.
Well, ever since my terrible loss, I've been searching for that monster, so I would be suspicious of this.
Probably why you called it out to Olivia and wanting to investigate.
if I am in good standing with my sect at the beginning of each mystery, I roll plus charm. On a plus 10 plus, they provide me some useful info. On a 7 to 9, I get a mission associated with the mystery, and if you do it, you'll get some info to help too. On a miss, they ask me to do something bad.
So that'll be when you get to town.
At the beginning of each mystery. Okay, so when I get to town. Okay.
Yep. So that hasn't happened yet. You haven't contacted any hunters in the area just yet.
Once per mystery, I can look at what the future holds. That would be when I get to town too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Spooky has like a premonition or something, don't they?
Yeah, it's not one of the moves I picked though. Like, so I had to pick that in order to get the.
Yeah, Spooky can like pick anything they want.
Yeah, it says
so.
I pick 3 moves. I get all the basic moves and pick 3, and I just did not pick the premonition one.
Okay. What about the perfect? Do you have any?
I just looked through because I'm not seeing that I have ones that are for the beginning of an investigation.
It's gonna be
And that happens.
Yeah. So.
I will double check.
But I've got stuff that are great during the investigation.
Sucks Falls.
Six Falls.
God.
I mean, sometimes.
Suux Falls.
Yeah. Okay.
I really felt that. Like, right in the gut.
I've heard people say it, and I knew it since my character's an
they
out of
do.
towner. That's how she do it.
Fair.
That's good. That's good. I
Yeah, good
appreciate
role
that.
It's definitely
Appreciate
method.
it.
So, you would actually be the first one to roll into town. What are you immediately going for as you enter?
Oh, just because of the nature, right? I'm the kind of guy I think I'd want to. So I don't know where any of this happened.
It wasn't really stated in the article at all.
I already ate.
Yeah, already had breakfast. But that doesn't mean you can't go have coffee or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think just because some of the best places to get information is going to be diners, because people love to gossip
It's true.
at diners. So I'm
Actually,
going
no,
to
folks.
roll into the downtown. I don't remember what it was called back then, but I know it wasn't full of
We'll just
streets.
call it the diner.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll roll into the diner. I think some coffee's good.
Okay.
Late morning coffee.
So you roll into this diner down on Main Street. It definitely has that 50s, 60s, 50s, 60s vibe to it. The
My car
greasers.
fits
Yeah, it does. So just to kind of show you guys and everybody else, maybe.
I don't think it's going to pick it up, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, for you guys, maybe it'll open this up.
Is it an HTML file?
No, it's like the one I found of him was.
Oh yeah, it's HTML.
Maybe it'll load up. Maybe. Well, we will just do this real quick. If I can spell.
It's September? Yeah.
Yep, it is September. It's still some heat to this
The top's
particular.
down.
Top's down. All right.
It was called the Market Diner.
Oh, interesting. Whatever.
A diner.
But yeah.
Every town's
So
got one.
you roll up into the diner with your top down. You definitely look the part for this particular diner. As you.
By the way, I don't give a shit. I am flying.
Okay. All right.
There's a good squeal into the parking spot too.
Alright. Back then.
That flying. I thought you
Yeah.
were high on cocaine.
Oh shit!
It is
Not
late.
yet.
Oh.
It's too early.
He did a
It's
rail.
before noon.
He did a
okay?
Oh, you are a criminal with standards. Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
That wasn't powdered sugar on the pancakes this morning. I got you.
No wonder you tipped her 200.
Right? I don't fucking know, man. Just take some money.
Need some money? Take my money.
I don't know. I'm just gonna grab something out of this bag. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you squeal on in. You definitely draw the eye of a couple of folks. Not too many are walking outside. Some are going to their day jobs. Most are in the diner that are going to be there. It's probably 9-ish now. So you open the door to this establishment. You're met with that same kind of chrome look and faux leather seats of the cars that you're definitely used to seeing in these kind of diners. One of the waitresses is definitely dressed the part as well with one of the, like yellow polka dotted. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, yellow polka dotted with the like maid like apron style on and whatnot. And she goes, "Go ahead and pick a seat, hon. I'll be over in just a second."
Oh, thanks. I'll do that.
And you can feel free to sit at the bar too. There's like a bar-ish area you can sit at, or there are booths along the outsides.
I think I'll take the booth.
All right.
I'm assuming there are people here?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few people here. You see...
Mostly in booths or at the bar?
There's a couple that are up at the bar. They're definitely the farmer type. They're probably grabbing a meal before they head on out to whatever big farm family that they were.
I'll grab a booth that's closest to the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, right inside the door is probably one of the best ones.
Perfect.
Just right around the corner from where the waitress kind of stand area is. So, you pop squat into this faux leather booth, and you have one of those tiny like boxes there if you decide to throw a quarter in and play some music. The waitress comes over, plops a menu down, and then also a cup, and kind of gives you a motion. She doesn't really say coffee, but she's like,
"Oh,
decaf or regular?"
Oh, well, I think I'm definitely going to have to go for a strongest you've got.
And she just pours like what she has in her hand. Strongest we got. Sorry.
Anything's better than nothing.
Fair enough. Can I get you anything? And she whips out her pad to take down an order.
I think I'm all right for now. Oh, but you know what? Actually, do you have this? Quite a nice establishment. Do you have those nice milkshakes where you have a little foam and sometimes a little cherry on top?
Oh yeah, we've got those.
I tell you, I absolutely adore those. Every one I see, I've got to have one. So if you've got any, I'm definitely going to need one.
Yeah, what's your flavor?
Oh, I think chocolate sounds great.
All right, I'll bring one right out to you.
Cherry all the way.
She goes behind the counter. You hear the familiar drum of the blender against metal cup as she is making your shake. You catch a few eyes, though. I mean, you are definitely not dressed for this particular setting, as there are many farmers
Just smiling away.
in overalls. Some are in jeans with suspenders. You get some with flannel and jackets, ball caps everywhere. Usually with either some kind of political saying on it, somebody's representing somebody, but most of the time it's like international, John Deere, some kind of farming seed, decal, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you kind of get side eye as they're sipping coffee, and when you did come in, you notice kind of a hush kind of come over the particular crowd.
You don't belong here.
We don't like your kind here.
You're just classy enough for them to.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm smiling at every one of them that gives me a look.
All right. Well, while you are getting served, Henrietta and Olivia, you actually roll into town.
I have a question before we get too far. Could I use magic to, based on the paper, I don't want to say have a premonition, but, something along those lines, be able to see, a moment in time of, not necessarily, the creature or anything, but just, see a girl get, taken or something, or, kind of focus in on something like that.
I will say that you will need a material component, or at least to be in the general vicinity to be able to channel that kind of magic.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if the paper would be enough for that, or if we would need a specific animal or something that they...
I think you'd need a little bit more of either the area or something personal for the person, or maybe even a family member who might have been there. If you're in close proximity to them, then maybe you could channel that kind of scrying.
Okay, sounds good. That's what my question was. Okay, so we come in.
Walk in.
Where are you going? Are you going to the diner as well?
I don't know if we... Well, okay, how well do we know the town? Are we pretty familiar with some folks?
Henrietta would probably know the town, as she is from South Dakota.
I've been here a couple times. Maybe when I was in my 20s, chasing tail. But
I mean, that's not a lie. But not too false.
Yeah. It's probably been a while since I've been back. But yeah, downtown hasn't changed much, except maybe got a little shittier.
Do you by chance have any friends in town that maybe could help us, point us in the right direction, or do you think maybe, I mean, some of the most in the know people are, some of the homeless. They might see something or hear something. They're pretty well connected.
You have been working the circuit a little while, Henrietta, so I will say that you know of some people in the know in Sioux Falls. Most of them make appearances either at diners for breakfast or bars in the evening.
Okay.
But since nobody really has a cell phone, it's really hard to contact people because a lot of those landline numbers change so as not to be tracked.
Mm.
Well, let's go out to some of the water holes. We might be able to dig up some of my old friends.
Wait, when you say watering hole, do you mean like actual water, or do you mean like? Because I mean,
sweet child.
that's radical. I mean, I would really enjoy that, but I'm just not hip to your lingo, old lady.
More slang.
Is she more square than anything else?
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely the mom type.
I love you like my own child. I told you this before, but some days.
What? I mean,
we're going to go on to a diner.
Okay.
Around this time of day, I think that's our best bet. All you're going to find in the bars is the alcoholics. I mean, granted, we'll probably find a few of my friends there too, but let's start with the diner. I could use a little coffee.
Whatever.
I'll pull out a cigarette and light it.
Okay. And since it wasn't against the law to smoke inside, you wander into, we'll say, the same diner downtown. Smoking your cigarettes.
Gross.
You're in flashbacks, aren't you?
But yeah, you stop in, and the waitress is behind the counter. She's making a shake. She seems to be the only one on duty this early. And she goes, "Go ahead and sit down. I'll help you in a moment."
Thanks. I'll pull up to some stools by the bar.
Okay.
And I will sit on the other side of Henrietta, away from the farmers. Because I definitely don't want to be sitting right next to a farmer.
All right.
Oh, they don't bite.
I don't want to get felt up again.
Oh, I think you can handle yourself just fine, dearie.
It's not about that.
Honey, I'm going to tell you something. As a woman, this is going to happen to you a lot. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying you're going to have to develop a tougher skin.
Or I can just avoid the situation altogether. I mean, just don't put myself in that situation. I mean, I can defend myself.
No, you punch the situation in the face.
Sure.
You're not there.
With my mind. Anyway.
I think you're in a booth, right?
Yeah. So I'm near the...
So you see this older-ish Native American woman, definitely the only one that you have seen thus far in the town, just because the way racial tensions were back then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is closer to the less reputable neighborhood, but at the same time, most Native Americans stayed away from Sioux Falls in general. Most of them stayed on reservations until about 1993, I think it was, when a lot of the population actually moved to Sioux Falls.
Yes.
But anyway, definitely the only Native American woman. She is smoking a cigarettes. One of the only ones actually doing so this morning, besides an older woman way down on the other end of the bar, and she's accompanied by a much younger, definitely not native woman. They sit actually with their backs directly to you. We will skip over to Danica here.
All right.
So you traveled a couple of hours north, Sioux Falls. You stop at one of the restrooms.
Gas station?
Yeah, gas stations, what have you, to fill up on the way outside of town. Supposing you're asking around for a gig, because that's how you make your money on the road.
Yeah, while I'm filling up at the gas station, I'll go into the gas attendant, and I'll say,
He's actually a younger kid, probably about 17.
all right.
Definitely has that trying to be synth pop look.
Right.
So he's got, a lot of like color in his hair, and it's all spiked up. And...
Wait, I have a slang term for this. All right, I'll go up to him and I'll give him like $1,000 smile, and I'll say, "That look is fat on you, I must say."
And he's like, "I know, right?" And it's like this kid who is in the middle of the West, like he's close to a sort of significant pop culture area within
Right.
Omaha, but not really.
Right.
And yeah, he's got like a small like puffy jacket on over his like
Right.
uniform,
Yeah.
and it's one of those like pearlescent ones
Right.
too. So
I'll say, "What's your name?"
my name's Everett.
Everett.
Yeah, all my friends just call me Ever.
Everett. Oh well, that is good name.
Right?
Well, you look like you know the happenings
See,
and go.
and he like points to his jacket where he has his name tag and it says "Welcome to Come and Go," which is a pretty funny place that you've never heard of, but like you kind of snigger a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? You look like you know the happenings on in this place, and that you know the best place to get a gig. You see, I'm a musician. And
oh, really?
I'm
Me too. And he like does the air guitar.
Oh, yeah, well, I got a real one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I'm looking for a gig, in town just for a few days.
Yeah.
And I'd like to, look at the local bar scene. You know any place that hires out for local artists?
Well, I know they do a lot of shows for no offense, smaller acts. I don't think that you're like, I've never heard of you. What's your name?
Oh, well, my name is Danica Nix, and I'm not a big budding artist or anything. I just like to play for fun, really.
Yeah, because you got the whole rocker look, and that's cool and all, but it's kind of dying.
Well, we all have our own opinions on things. I hope that synth pop look works out for you.
Oh man, it's the future.
I'm sorry for anyone who's still into that.
Now, synth pop is good and all, but it sounds like ass live. Trust me, I've been to a few concerts.
Not real concerts.
No, honey, I've been to some real ass concerts, alright? It's not as good live, I promise you this.
Anyway, so...
You get any big names up here in this Sioux Falls?
He kind of is like, Sue.
No, my name's Danica.
I knew that was there.
But it's alright.
Anyway.
You get any big acts here?
Yeah, we get a few in, but I mean, some of the smaller acts play like the theater downtown.
Oh, well, how do I get downtown?
Well, you could speak to Danny Wallace. He kind of part-times the theater nights. Like, he runs it, but he also runs, like, I don't know, like, the diner downtown. I think he has, like, a corn dog stand in town, too.
Okay, it seems like I need to go to the downtown area. Do you think he'd be at the diner right now?
Yeah, usually he's there doing, like, the morning cooking.
Ah. Well, you know what? I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and I am famished. I thank you very much for your help. And I give him a 10.
Which is a lot.
He's like, I'm sorry, I can't take it.
Oh.
I lose my job.
Oh.
But thanks for stopping at Come and Go.
Is that the real name of this place?
Yeah.
It's actually called ejaculated.
Who thought that was a good idea for? You know what? I don't ask. You don't ask me to explain my customs. I don't ask you to explain yours. You have a lovely day.
You too.
And I will go to the. Wait, I come back in with a map and I unroll it. Hey, can you tell me what
Or
street?
you're gonna grab like one of the
Yeah, I'll grab a map. And
map off the.
Yeah.
one
How
of
much
the-
for the map?
$2.
All right, here's $2. And I unfold it. Can you tell me where downtown is?
Yeah, you just follow 90 north here a little bit, and then you take 229 to, and he goes on.
Yeah, he explains to me how to get to town. All right, thank you again.
Did 229 exist at the time?
No, it didn't.
Probably
229 did not exist at the time.
It does now.
Yeah.
This is our alternate universe?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
He tells me the way to get there.
Direction.
He gives me directions.
He does.
Insert directions.
I also forgot to mention this is Henrietta and Olivia's car.
It's a truck?
It is a truck. You guys are.
It's a stealth
I read
movie.
that in the description.
Yep.
I don't
You
remember
said
it.
words, and I was like, that sounds like a vehicle.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, maybe this.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
that does look like a gross beat up old truck.
Now
Yep.
look at
Yeah.
that. It's fine, though. You know?
Sure.
It chugs along. It
Yeah.
does its job.
It'll probably never die.
It's an international. It won't.
Then, yeah.
But then, you actually, you guys that are inside actually see,
Bumpy.
That's not really it, because it's not a soft top.
Hmm?
It's not a soft top.
yeah, it's a hard top, but somewhat similar car.
Okay, so you have a Stingray.
No,
Uh-huh.
it's a Camaro.
Stingray.
What? No, you have a
No, that's
Corvette.
a Corvette.
You have a Corvette, not a Camaro.
Wait, there's 2 Corvettes?
Apparently. Well, hers is
Oh.
a Stingray.
Or was it a
No,
Camaro?
I got a Camaro. Yeah, a 1969 Camaro.
Oh,
So you know,
no.
she did say
We have the wrong car.
You have the wrong car.
The horror.
Let me.
Oh my
You even-
god.
You told me that was your favorite car after I told you that.
No,
the
I
car
said
was-
Corvette.
Oh.
No, you didn't. You said no. It was a Camaro.
Anyway.
Camaro.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, Camaros are nice.
They are.
Okay, wait. I have a picture in my phone of what I did. Anyway.
Sorry for the technical issue, folks.
Whoops.
Oh boy.
Whatever this car is.
Yeah, that's a Camaro. Wait.
Wait.
No.
That's
That's-
a Charger.
Charger.
Actually, I think that's a Challenger.
Oh.
C words.
Yeah.
Wait.
Are you
But
calling
not the C
I was
word.
gonna say, you call me the C word?
Whoa.
Hey.
It's a Charger because
Yeah.
it came up on my search.
So it's a Charger.
It's not that car.
It's not that car.
Google the right car.
Okay.
1969 Dodge Charger.
These are important details.
It's
It
important. You
might
need to
be.
know how cool my car is. Yes.
Ooh, I like the purple.
No, it's black.
Hers is black.
It's black.
Yeah.
But it's not soft. top. But
I
yeah.
mean, if this is
That
like
looks
the
like a
real
soft top.
Supernatural, we can total these cars and then I'll come back next episode.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
just gotta spend some time.
I gotta
Right.
In
Just rebuild
between episodes.
I got
Right,
that.
I spent
There was a
2 days
montage where
fixing
Dean
all this.
rebuilt the car.
It is
Okay.
true.
Right.
And he had an issue, and he ended up breaking the window that he repaired, which was weird.
That's my car. Anyway, technical difficulties. That's my car.
Yeah.
Neat.
So you see and hear a 69 Charger pull up to the diner downtown, and you come in, and this is about the time you're getting your shake there. It's
Hell
got
yeah.
the bubbles on top, chocolate, whipped cream, and a cherry. So it is
really want.
super old fashioned. She goes, "Can I get you anything else on?"
Oh, for right now, I think I'm quite alright. I do appreciate your service.
Not a problem. Just give me a holler. And she actually dropped a paper off at your table. It was customary back then. All of the guests back then had a paper. Stays there.
I immediately try to see if there's more information on the snippet of an article that I read in Laverne.
Not a problem.
Could I get some coffee over here?
Oh yeah, coming as she comes back to the table. You walk in, Danica. You guys look behind, and you see, which isn't probably unwarranted for you, Henrietta, because you might have gotten overlooked. No offense, but the prejudices were there.
No, I know my place, so I'm just playing the part.
Fair
But
enough.
I'm sure I would have been searched for you.
Probably.
Right.
You just wait, I'm about to get all the attention.
Honestly, that still might happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys look back and the door jingles again. All these farmers in here are like looking back, like, what the fuck is up with today? There's a lot of weird
Breakfast and a show.
Yeah. But you see this thinner woman, white and black hair. I think
No, she's got blonde hair.
blonde hair.
And freckles and like tan skin. She looks like, you know,
Hot.
hot. Yeah. Like
And
she
she
comes
was
from the deep south.
A
She does.
southern sweetheart.
Yeah.
Southern Peak.
Southern Belle.
So, I was just gonna say that, damn it.
So, you walk in and the waitress says, go ahead and take a seat there. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Alright, I kind of look around the room and I see.
A lot of eyes on you.
I give everybody the biggest, friendliest smile.
I immediately roll my eyes and go, ugh, verbally, and turn around.
Just not to confuse you with supernatural demons, are your irises are black, right?
Yes.
Not the whole eyes.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to differentiate for anybody listening.
Mm-hmm.
I will say to her, mind your manners. Just because she's an over-the-top white woman, you have to verbalize it to the whole restaurant.
Gag me with a spoon.
Perfect.
I will look for an open booth.
There are a couple, mostly on the left-hand side. Right-hand side's probably got a lot of locals.
Alright, well, I'll sit over in a booth on the left-hand side and I'll wait patiently for some coffee.
Sure.
Is there a newspaper on the table? I'll thumb through
Yep.
the local news.
There's newspapers there. But the waitress finally comes around to you guys and says, would you like some coffee this morning?
Yes, strong and black.
All right. We just have black coffee.
Excellent.
And
I'll
she
take that.
pulls a cup
Do you have any sugar or cream?
and she like slides one down from where the napkin holder is.
And I just pour the entire thing in and just stir it with my finger.
I like sugar dirt water.
I mean, that's how I'm drinking it.
Fair
So
enough.
that's how Olivia drinks.
Yeah, and the creamer is, is actual a pour creamer, not the little individual cuppets. But yeah, so she kind of looks at Olivia and she's like, "Can I get you anything else?"
Oh, some eggs and bacon be nice.
How'd you like your eggs?
Over easy.
Pancakes.
Pancakes, short stack or tall?
Tall.
All right, coming right up. She does some scratching on a pad, and she puts it up in the window behind her for the cook that's working back there. He's kind of a bigger guy, as you guys are pointed towards it. He's got the cook cap on and kind of a greasy apron as well.
Do I recognize him?
Yeah, so you do. His name is Danny. You would definitely recognize him as being one of the owners of a couple of things downtown. The very poor, I guess I would say, poorer playhouse or theater. Not the nicer one that's on the south side, but the one that's on the north. It was pretty popular back in its day, showed movies, that kind of thing, but now it's just host to older rock, small acts, that kind of thing nowadays. But yeah, they don't really do any plays or anything like that, just because the south one was built not too long ago and it's definitely newer and shinier.
Danny, is that you?
He wouldn't really recognize who you are, though. I mean,
okay.
he's one of those public figures, that you know about.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen him in papers. He's,
Okay.
probably a business. Yeah, he's probably a business mogul in town.
Mhm.
You know of him, I guess I should say.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
He kind of looks out and goes, "Who are you?"
Just a fan.
"Sure." And he goes back to cooking his eggs and grunting.
Can I?
He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth too.
Can I read his mind to see what he? I can read minds. I'm just curious to see if that caught him off guard. Like, he was thinking about something, and, like, her interrupting, like, made him think, like, where would I might have known you, and if, like, that could have triggered a...
Like a panic?
Yeah,
almost?
like a panic, or, like, is she involved in this thing that I'm involved with? I'm just curious what he's thinking.
Is it, it's just a move that you can do, not like use magic or anything like that?
Yeah, it's just
right?
a move, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you quickly stare at Danny from across the bar here, and he's already gone back to, can't believe I have to fucking cook these eggs. Fucking hot back here.
Okay. Sounds good, yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. Just checking in.
Alright. So yeah, the waitress comes over to you and asks, "Can I get you any coffee?"
I hate to be a bother, but do you have any sweet tea?
No. We've got tea.
Do you have sugar?
Yeah, we have sugar. Why don't you just mix those two together?
It is not as good, but that's all right.
Same
That's
thing.
all right. I'll just have some black coffee, please.
I've never had sweet tea before.
But she goes, "Yeah, okay." And she gets you a cup and pours some coffee. "Can I get you any food?"
Yeah. Do you guys have a menu?
Yeah. She reaches over to the table there and picks up a menu.
All right. I'll look this over and let you know what I want. But hey, does a man named Danny work here?
You heard this lady at the counter now say, "Hey, Danny!"
Right.
And like you hear a grunt from inside the
Is that
kitchen.
I should say? Is that Danny Wallace?
Yeah, that's Danny
Well,
Wallace. He's the owner and cook.
Someone told me that he also has a theater in town, or
Oh, sweetie, don't talk about the theater.
what?
And you hear, like, from the back, you hear, like, Danny perk up, and he stops what he's doing and says, "Somebody talk about the theater out there!"
Oh, yes, Mr. Wallace, it was me. I was just interested in wondering if you hired out musical acts.
I mean, not so much hiring, and he does the thing with his mouth where he flicks the cigarette off to the side without taking it out as he's still, like, messing around making your guys' food.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Can't pay much, but yeah, I'm still doing acts at the theater. What's your shtick?"
I mean, I play the top and sing. About it.
You have a band?
No, it's just me.
Well, you put up your own flyers, and I don't do any advertising.
Oh, that's alright. That's alright. Just looking for something to do to entertain myself while I'm in town.
Sure, I get half the proceeds. You're welcome to it tomorrow night.
Thank you. Oh, my name is Danica, by the way.
And he grunts and, like, pulls up the back of his pants as he...
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Alright.
Ma'am, I do not think I will be having the eggs. Do you have pancakes?
Yeah, we have pancakes.
All
Short
right.
stack or tall?
Show it, please.
Okay. And she scratches out the pad and goes back behind the counter, comes back, freshens your coffee up as well. Since
So while sitting there, I mean, she clearly wasn't all too quiet. Also, I'm sitting right next to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Curiously look over to see who that was. Recognize someone I know. And just a quick note. No, this was not me confusing names. I did introduce myself as Gregory Mathers, but you know me by a different name.
What?
You know me by the name of Raymond Grayson, who you named me as Gray.
Hold on.
Are you doing the thing, the packet?
Oh, the back with the history thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I recognize any of these people. I just got to town.
Okay.
You said you've been in the thing for a while, right?
In the game.
In the game for a while?
Yeah,
Like
she
a
has.
real long while?
I mean,
I'm an elderly Indian woman or Native American woman.
Okay. I think
And,
I might know how I know who you are.
and I got into this a while back from a personal tragedy of mine.
So, hearing your voice, getting curious, like, I know that voice. Look up, and you hear, "What, Henrietta, is that you? Oh my god, and you're still smoking. I see. You know, I have told you, I don't know how many times that you need to quit that. Do you know, many years ago, when I met her, I couldn't understand why she always smoked so much. You know, I actually once knew this fine grifter guy back in Spain. Unfortunately, it wasn't too great because the smoking took his voice away. It's kind of hard to grift when you don't really talk, right? What? I've told you how many times that's gonna kill you. What are you doing?
it's like stealing
Fucking
people.
pretty boy, fast talking Gray.
It seems that you have some hard feelings still, but hey, look, what brings you into town here?
We were just passing on through when I happened to notice there was some odd happenings in town.
Hey, am I close enough to hear them?
Yeah, I
Oh
noticed
yeah,
that
you're
too.
overhearing this.
The kids.
You're
Huh?
literally in the next
She
booth.
drinks
from-
her coffee.
Yeah, the kid's
Yeah.
still with me.
No, the kids, the missing kids.
Oh, yes.
And you would know that
I can hear you.
our past, I would have met you hunting down child traffickers.
Okay.
And you would know that I have a very serious, I do not like people who harm children.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really should.
Well,
I mean,
he carries out a very particular sort of conviction against them. So, yeah, I noticed that too on my drive through, and I thought, well, I got to take a look at what's going on there.
Yeah. Well, I remember that.
Well, I've never understood what brings people to such terrible inklings, but it's not something that I want to see continue on. Have you heard anything?
No, we just got to town.
As you guys are conversing back and forth from the distance of the booth and the
I
the
imagine he
table.
walked over to them.
Huh?
I imagine he walked over to them.
Are you...
Oh yeah, I walked on over.
Okay.
I've butted in between them.
I gave you one look and then turned back to whatever is in front of me.
Coffee.
The coffee, sure. I'm not interested in anything that's going on.
He still talked at you
Yeah.
during the whole dude from Spain
Not
thing.
interested at all.
It's just a thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no,
she's not interested.
Well, I stand by what I said back then. The hat doesn't work.
You are the only person that seems to think the hat doesn't work.
I would like to turn around in the booth.
You're facing them.
Oh,
and
am I?
they're at the bar
Oh!
to your left.
I'll go. Oh, I hate to interrupt your conversation, but the hat does work.
Well, at least
Who asked you, Missy?
Well, I'm sorry. I see good fashion, and I have to talk about it. I'm sorry.
I really appreciate that.
And the glasses, my fat, just.
You hear a little voice in your head say, "Girl, just shut up." Seriously.
I look at you.
Oh, God,
You don't know
there's
it's
two
me.
of them.
You have no idea where this voice is coming from. You just literally hear a voice in your head.
Excuse me, who are you?
Oh, well, my name is.
I'm sorry, this is a private conversation.
It's at that time, you guys, all of you hear from the booth behind you, Danica, and you see a figure that had been kind of slumped over a little bit, nursing a coffee and perhaps some whiskey in a flask besides, and he picks his head up. He has a baseball cap on, flannel jacket, or flannel overshirt, puffy jacket, and he goes, "If it was so personal, you idiots would make it a little less loud." You two recognize this figure as the local drunk or hunter Bobby Singer.
Oh.
Bobby, is that
How you doing?
you? Oh, you know.
As soon as he finishes saying that, I do kind of walk over, sort of standing next to the table, staring down on him, and he's like, "Now, Bobby, you know, there's two things I hate in this world: people who do harm to children, and people who are rude. Why you gotta be so rude?"
Don't you know
Don't you know I'm human too?
Why don't you show a little respect for Bobby? He's done some things, though he's young.
Maybe not as much as the famous world traveler, but
Now look, we don't need everyone to be knowing about my, we'll say, partying days, but
I think
Not
somebody's
that they're
going to say
behind
something
me.
about that three-piece you're strutting around in.
look, if you can't enjoy life's lavishes, what is the point in living?
He just takes a sip from his flask and then one coffee as well.
They haven't combined yet?
Not yet. He's working the coffee down.
Oh.
The waitress has been over enough where she's like,
Oh, yeah.
she's trying to keep him off of it. She actually
Speaking of
comes
which,
by again and fills it up.
I tap my cup because I'm empty and haven't been filled in minutes.
And she'll kind of roll her eyes and make her way over to you as well.
Thanks, dear.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take my now full cup and go over and sit with Bobby.
Didn't know this was going to be a party.
Well, neither did I.
Well, you're the one who invited it.
So, say, what you know about these kids?
Not a whole heck of a lot. Just got back to town from Michigan.
Yeah, what you hunting over there?
Oh, something big and horned.
Are y'all big game hunters? Sorry, you talk really loud. I am new to town.
So do you. Maybe keep it down a bit.
Well, I'm sorry that I have affronted you.
Wait, why do I recognize you? What's your mama's name?
Oh, fuck, you know her too.
What do you mean, what? Wait, do you know my
Well,
mom?
look, some people get around a lot.
Wait,
You do for sure.
What's your mama's name?
Claire? No, what did I give her a name? I did give her a name. I'm just making one up.
Susan.
Abigail.
I gave you a big
that's
backstory.
magical. Really?
Of course.
Substitution jutsu.
Opportunist.
Well, I don't know why it's any mind to you, but her name is Sadie.
Oh, Jesus.
There are lots of people named Sadie, sir.
There are only one southern woman that would dare come up here with the name of Sadie.
Okay, but I'm not Sadie, and I dared.
What? I didn't think a
Wait.
simple case would
No, wait, how?
draw a bunch of yucks from out the sticks.
Look, I'm passing through. I just happened to see the article.
Are you talking about the one with the missing kids?
Yeah, wait, you've heard about that too?
Yeah, I saw it up in Omaha. Down in Omaha. I don't know what direction.
Geography is a fickle thing. Hey, don't.
Especially for this one in real life.
Yeah.
It was just a brief, 2 paragraphs, but it's concerning. Kids going missing. How do you know my mama? Well, so far as I know, she hadn't really left Georgia much in the last 20 or 30 years.
You'd be surprised, kid.
Kid, you don't look much older than I do. Drunker, but not much older.
He's a little bit older than you are.
But not much. I don't know how old Bobby is.
He's a little bit older than you.
Okay.
Are we thinking late 30s? Like,
At this point, he's
Oh, is
probably
he?
about the same age as
Okay, never mind.
Gregory.
Never mind.
In the series, he's getting on in years,
Yeah.
so he's probably middle-aged now.
Yeah, he's probably in his 30s.
so metagaming question. Do we know your real name? Like, or is that an alias that, like...
I know.
she knows that your name is Raymond.
Raymond
Raymond
Grayson.
Grayson.
That's your actual name?
Does she know?
Like,
I don't know how long of.
I mean,
Well, I found her about 10 years ago.
yeah, I'm almost 19.
Okay, so yeah, if that long ago you would have been there. I don't know. Maybe you would. I mean,
Or
depends on how much you share.
Yeah, depends on how much you shared Henrietta. Might just know him as Gray.
I pick up my coffee and I kind of scooch in to the booth with them.
And Bobby
sit
just rolls his
next to
eyes
him.
and goes,
You said you knew my mama. I want to know what you know. Have you seen her recently? She gone missing.
"Recently? Why?"
She gone missing.
Oh,
Seen her in
someone
years.
don't know their mama. What a fucking trope.
What? I know my mama. She just gone missing. Been like 6 months past since I seen her.
Bobby takes a long drag from his flask. And he pours some in your
It
cup.
is 9 in the morning.
Never too
And-
early to start.
And I say in your head, she starts earlier. It's fine.
Which one of y'all talking to me in my head?
Would you keep it down?
I just chuckle.
Christ.
Are you
Decency says... I hear you
you
chuckle.
there?
Decency says you ask permission before you start invasive thoughts.
I'm not laughing at this hard in character. I'm just laughing.
Okay, I think we're getting off topic. What do you know, Bobby?
I don't know much of much. Like I said, I just got here this morning.
Okay, you talk to anyone?
Not yet. I'm having my coffee.
It looks like you're
Jesus,
having more
Bobby.
whiskey than coffee, if I ask me.
If
Mind your business.
If memory serves correct, he's not worth function until he's had that coffee.
You mean the whiskey?
No one asked you, pretty
Combination of
boy.
the two. No one has to ask me.
I feel like we are on a rough foot here. Clearly, we are all interested in helping these poor chitlins. Now, I think introductions are in order, because so far I know that his name is Bobby because you keep yelling at him.
Yes, you are correct. Your observation is so astute.
The polite thing is to make introductions. That is what I have always been taught.
Fine, I'm Henrietta.
It's a pleasure.
You may call me Henry if you are a friend.
Judging by your tone, I assume I should call you Henrietta.
You're smarter than you look.
That's what an education would give you.
And you are?
My name is Danica. You may call me Danica.
Well, isn't that a formal introduction?
Very well, Danny.
Ooh.
That is all right as well, although no one has called me that in many, many years.
Well, this one here is Gray, and he's a loudmouth.
I suppose she's taking the words right out of my mouth.
You get your flap stacks as you are still...
Sitting at my spot. Yeah. And I just start inhaling. Because I have the metabolism of an 18-year-old.
She's still eating a lot.
And this is the dear Olivia.
Hi.
Would you like
A
me
much
to...
deeper voice than you would see come out of an 18-year-old.
My dear, you look like you are just famished. Would you like me to order you some more food?
I like to imagine it came out almost demonic, and the waitress like startled and dropped her tray.
Drop the coffee she was carrying.
I definitely tried to make it sound a little deeper, just because I don't fucking know you.
Right.
Like,
She's not... She doesn't even... It doesn't faze her.
Like,
yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm like skinny as can be, so trying to put on a tough facade doesn't work.
You look absolutely famished. Can I order you some more food?
I'm fine.
Oh, to be young again and be able to eat so much food and still maintain such a great
I'm
shape.
And
fine.
he just continues
I'm
to
sure
talk.
it's really no dirt off my shoulders to buy you some extra pancakes or maybe some protein. You should eat some protein.
Protein.
You know, like a sausage link or a
bacon.
I'm vegetarian.
I think we're fine. I'll throw a 20 on the table,
Did you know
which
that they
should
put
cover
eggs
like
in
everyone's
pancakes?
meal.
I said vegetarian, not vegan.
Well, now that we have all been properly introduced, now we can continue our discussion. Thank you for humoring me.
Are we
You're
done
welcome.
now, or are we gonna sing Kumbaya and hold each other's hands?
Got any friends left here in town?
None that stuck around.
Guess we'll have to dig into this the dirty way. Got any fake badges in your truck?
Wait. Can't you just do this the honest way?
Honey, how green are you?
What
Now-
kind of honesty surrounds
Now,
this sort
not
of life?
everything needs to be done honest, but sometimes it's alright to start honest. People know things. They talk to the right person, the right friendly
Fine.
face.
I
Then
think
let's-
she's definitely new.
Well, let's do it your way. We'll just go interview the witnesses. We'll just say, oh, we're ordinary folks who are just concerned for your well-being.
Well, now a little white lie is fine. You don't have to have fake badges and such to begin with. That's later. You got 5 families to interview. You don't have to be honest to all of them.
Okay, where are these families then? Have you found them?
I've only just arrived, as have you, I assume.
There you go.
You know, I do still have some connections in the police department here. I certainly think we could go ahead and ask a few of them. I'm sure they've had some investigations going on.
Okay then, why don't you lead the way? You up for a hunt, Bobby?
No, I'm gonna go sleep off my last one. You know, need anything, you know where I live. And he,
Alright.
shoos you out of the booth.
Oh, fuck you too. Talk to you later.
You actually see as he's leaving, since you're the one that
Wait.
scooted in next to him.
Wait, Bobby, your name was, right? You didn't tell me
Yeah.
how you knew my mama.
Maybe I'll tell you later after I've slept.
You are just the sunshine. of
But
featherness.
you actually see that he has probably, sewn himself up. His shirt underneath his jacket is actually red in, a claw kind of pattern. And he's kind of, his arm is kind of, as he gets out, he's not really using it. He's favoring it a little bit. So, he's definitely just got back into town.
As I'm getting up and walking past, I'm gonna lean in and say, you know, you really ought to get that looked at. I do know there's at least one shaman still in town. He can put something on that'll heal it up faster.
So can I. And he takes another drink of his flask and, motions with you.
Alright.
I mean, depending on the magic,
Don't say I didn't try to help you.
I don't know
How
if
do you know
I
what
could do
kind
anything
of
like that.
magic you can use?
I think you can do any, as far as I know. I never said anything that specified that you can or can't do healing magic, because,
Yeah, it seemed like you do magic, you state what you're trying to do, and you either succeed or fail.
Yeah, basically.
There isn't set spells or anything. You just try magic.
Yeah.
It just seems like you just from the show they read from a spell book.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna look back over at the rest of you and he says, try to get along while you're in my town. I'll need to bail you out of jail.
Bobby, when have you ever had to bail me out of jail? There isn't
Twice.
a prison in this world I haven't been in and gotten out of.
Well, you were just a classy individual.
Thank you for noticing. I really do appreciate that.
and you hear in your voice, that was sarcasm, dick.
Entitled was she Chuck.
Ooh. So you are given the warning to get along, behave, before Bobby Singer makes his exit.
Well, I've never been here, so I take to you all of what you wish to do. But I will offer my assistance and my expertise as well as I can.
Well, while you're visiting, there's the zoo, the arena, and that's it.
And bars.
What a lovely town you have here. I have not been to the zoo in quite some time.
I suppose there is the mall.
Does the mall exist?
The West Mall does.
Yeah. Not the actual.
1991 was.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
no
say.
shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, the West Side really didn't develop until much later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I left
But
it.
the West Mall was popping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was the only mall, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a movie theater, had
Yeah.
arcade.
Yeah.
It's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it still does.
Yeah.
It's just sadder now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Has anyone seen a full news article yet? Usually those state names of families.
Well, I only saw the one this morning.
I mean, she did hand me one here.
All right.
Does it state names of families?
So it does state that Isabel Reyes is daughter to Reynaldo and Maria Reyes.
It doesn't say anything about where they're located, though.
It does state that the their home is just a little east of here, actually, just across the riverbank there, probably in the area of East 8th.
Perfect. I gesture to the waitress. Excuse me, ma'am.
She brings you your pancakes.
Thank
finally.
you. Do you have a phone book?
I think there's one over by the payphone in the corner.
Perfect. Thank you.
Don't steal it.
Why would I ever do something like that?
You'd be surprised how many people, and she looks at Henrietta
Yeah.
for a second, steal phone books.
Did they still say that? Is that a thing they used to do?
It doesn't matter. It's a stereotype.
People stole phone books, but
Oh, I didn't know.
this waitress is.
Why do you think
Racist,
they were
I guess.
chained into the
Well, I assure you, I will not take
Yeah.
your phone book.
Every time in a movie you saw someone ripping out a page in the phone book,
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah.
They wanted that page for that one number,
Mm.
and they completely destroy a phone book.
I take the newspaper that he gave me and the pen and a pen and go over to the phone book and start going through the yellow pages for the name, because I know that they used to publish addresses in phone books.
They did, yes, you are correct. You find about 8 listings for Reyes.
But they have first names too.
They do.
So how many of them are Reynaldo?
There are 2.
I will write down both of those names,
Okay.
addresses, and I'll come back and sit down at the table and I'll throw the newspaper. Well, we got somewhere to look anyway.
And then, and then Gregory says, "Yeah," and he points to the newspaper article that says,
But they didn't put you can't publish a person's full address in a newspaper.
"No," they said in the area of East 8th.
Yeah, but there's not an actual address there.
Fair enough.
So now
It's
we
not
know.
that hard to go and look.
Or talk to a cop who can just look it up.
I have
Which
saved.
is what I suggested.
I have saved visiting the
She's
police
really getting the
force.
hang of this, I
and
think.
I
Both
have-
of the addresses in the
Let
phone
me
book.
go talk to a cop.
I'm not saying you should. Obviously,
Both of
I'll
the
do
addresses
that.
in the
I'm
phone
one
book
with the
actually
connections.
say that they're located.
Honestly, if
on
there's
Raymond.
anyone should do it, she should.
We'll call it the
I was just
4800
gonna
block
suggest-
and the 6500 block of West 8th or East 8th.
Now we do not need to talk to any police folk
Why not?
because I have discovered our addresses.
Uh,
Our address.
all
One
of
of
them?
One of these is
Yeah,
an
see,
address.
all of them, I think, would be the
yeah. We should.
third.
Ooh, it's not a bad start.
It's a starting point at the very least.
I agree with you. It's a start, but we need to know all of the locations so we can start drawing conclusions
Were there any other names in the
and
newspaper?
jumping to conclusions.
Not in that article.
Okay.
No.
What we need to do is go to a library and look up past issues. These girls have been missing for a while now. These children have been missing for a while now.
Microfiche.
So it will be documented in the newspaper clippings. You could always just go talk to a detective. But
The cops gonna
I
be able to
can't
tell
tell
us
you a single time I've ever actually done some hard research going through newspaper clippings. Much more the type to use my connections.
Well, you're welcome to do that. I fancy a read some days. And it's a good way to learn about the history of a place you've never been to.
Oh no, reading is fantastic, but so much more information you can get out of someone.
Then let us do it your way.
Don't worry, I won't hurt him.
Or do. That'd be fun.
She is getting out of your hands, isn't she?
No, she is not.
Is this your daughter?
Livy is a sweetheart.
Is this your daughter?
Adopted, of sorts.
She's not my mom. I mean, can't you see the family resemblance? She is a white girl and a Native American.
Why does that matter? You can adopt anyone. Of any race, if you really do choose so.
We have a past. Let's just leave it at that. I found Livy when she was very young, and now we're here, and I try my best to help her with her situation that she's inherited.
I'm a strong, independent woman. I do not need no mom. I'm 18.
You are a teenager.
Well,
I'm 18. I'm an adult.
you know, someone a little bit older than you, I'll tell you, you never stop needing your mama.
I don't have a mom.
She is your mama. Even if she didn't birth you, she loves you just like the same. I can see it the way she looks at you.
Where are you planning on going to?
Well, I figure we could go probably find some nice young white cop that is susceptible to the wiles of a pretty young lady, and she can use her special gifts against him.
I do have a way with the ladies and men.
You want to do it that way?
What you got in mind?
And you hear in your head, yeah, what you got in mind?
Well, I have some phone calls that I can make. I know some people might have information for us.
Like what?
I don't know until I call them.
You know people who live here.
Well, I don't know if they live here or not. I haven't met in person, but around.
I mean, any help is at least a start. I mean, let's see if there's some footwork.
Yeah, I guess, but you want to make sure we don't get too many people involved. We don't want
Great.
hands in the pot.
Just to remind you, you are probably the only one in this group that has a cell phone.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I would imagine that my character has a cell phone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You would have one as well. So, two of you have cell phones. And I am talking...
definitely have a car phone, too.
Yes.
Oh, look at that, money bags over here.
I got the nicest cube.
Nicest brick.
The nicest cube. It's new.
It's a new brick.
It's a new cube. Latest model. It's the kind that has a little flip, you know, the flip phone cube. Yeah.
Right, Zach Towson. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what is your plan?
Do any of y'all have a phone?
Yes, I do, actually.
Well, if we are planning on splitting up, I think it would be best if we have each other's numbers so we can stay connected.
A phone? I'm sorry, do you see a wall around here?
I have a
There's
question.
quite a few.
Yeah.
It doesn't say there's like a range or limit to my telepathy. I don't want to say I have like a cell phone. Can I like?
We'll
Is
say...
it like based on sight?
Yeah, we'll say it's sight-based.
Okay.
Just because, like...
I don't want it to be.
Yeah, way OP. you
Yeah,
know.
like I don't want to be like it's a cell phone in my head.
No.
My brain is a cell phone.
It's got that 5G, baby! Anyway, yeah, I would probably say it's a sight-based thing. As long as you can see them, you can probably use your telepathy.
Sounds good.
I was about to say, like, you know, like if you're at far distance, like kind of that echoey, like thought, like almost like poltergeist, like, oh, hey, how's it going?
That's super creepy, especially when it's just disembodied in your head.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well, I will collect your phone number.
I already have her phone number. Don't worry about it.
You know, one of these days that's not going to be weird.
I already have his. Don't worry about it.
thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
You know, in
All
all
right.
my time, I swear, I think you are the only one I've ever met that can actually do that.
So what's your plan?
If only
I'm
two of
gonna
us
go
have phones, then I
talk
think
to
we
my
should split
connections.
accordingly. Don't you
Okay.
think?
And
So-
what's your plan?
So girls versus boy?
Well, I need to make some calls, and then I'm planning
What
on
the
going
hell?
to the library to do some research.
Fine. We will find someone that we can bend to our ways.
Bend to our ways?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we do have the address of potential addresses of the family if you all would like to take the deceptive route.
Well, fine. How about you hand those over?
Of course.
Okay. Honey, why don't we go visit these fine folks and see which one has lost a child?
Fine.
Where should we meet?
Let's just...
Bobby's?
No, he's tired of us.
Bobby's front yard.
How about...
You do know that Bobby has a salvage yard here, so...
Okay.
I
does
do
have a
have
salvage
to get a hotel while I'm here so we could meet wherever I purchase a room.
Fine. We will call you when we're done.
Did the Hilton exist in the 80s?
Definitely not.
Not in here, no.
Where's a good hotel in town?
There's a few motels down the strip.
No, a nice hotel. I want my door to face it be inside a hallway. It's safe.
I don't know if there were any hotels.
Were there hotels?
There might have been one downtown.
Is there like...
Does a Ramcoda exist yet?
Yeah.
It's probably nice at this point.
Yeah.
It's
That's
probably the
true.
nicest hotel
I
in
will
the
say-
area.
I will say, yeah, Ramcoda would
Because it's right down the road from the arena.
Yep.
I was going to say the Red Roof Inn. But that's a motel.
Yeah.
Is
it is.
Yeah.
hotels, not hotels.
I think the Ramcoda's down the road.
Oh, wait.
It's a waste. It's up near the arena.
Could
You know
point-
where they have the circus and the basketball.
My good ma'am, I have just arrived in this state today.
Take this road
Could you-
up
Okay.
and then over.
Okay, I'll
You
start.
gotta go up to Russell Street.
Okay, Russell. All right.
I'm pretty sure it was named
Oh, wait.
after Russell. Mill.
Sorry. Again, where's the library on here?
It's like 2 blocks north and 1 block west.
Okay, this building.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'll meet you guys at the Ramcoda. Do y'all live here, or do you need rooms as well?
We do not live here. We will probably be checking in somewhere tonight.
I'll get you.
Okay.
It is good to be friendly with those who assist you.
Sure.
Alright. So yeah, are you guys going your separate ways then?
I've never
Sure.
been.
Come on, honey. Let's go.
So you're going to the library.
I'm going to the library.
We're going to the police
Yep.
station.
We hop into the truck and it roars to life.
I get in my. I get when I go outside and see you get in your car. I go, that is a modified car.
Oh, this whole thing? Yeah, I won at a high stakes poker game.
And my
in,
truck backfires
back
in the middle of that.
Bucharest. I got this at a high stakes poker game in Bucharest a few years back, actually.
I don't know where that is, but
It's another country.
you are quite a lucky man if you've won a whole car from.
Oh, I didn't
Other
win
country,
it.
you wouldn't know
I just took it from the guy.
You have thieved it.
Well, no, he's dead.
You've murdered. Well, you know,
Can't steal something if they're dead.
I will tell you 6 months ago, I would have been afeared of you. But now, that is just a way of life.
It definitely is a way of life, and I'm...
Not my life, but
You-
yours, it seems.
Well, yes. How long did you say you've been doing this?
Well, 6 months.
You catch on quick-ish for 6 months, but hey, that's great.
Well, I am lucky. It seems that it has been a family business that I was unaware of.
What an odd family business to have.
Well, yes.
Anyway, how
they're
about
honest.
you go check your newspaper clippings? I'm going to go check on some sources at the station.
Alright, I get into my car and you hear like fucking, I don't know, give me like a metal song from the 80s. I don't even know. Kiss. Glam metal. You hear some Kiss blaring.
Detroit Rock City?
Yes!
What's that song?
No, man, I was made for loving you. I love that song.
Oh,
It's
there
like
you go.
one of my favorites. You hear that just like blaring at high speed, like high volume in my car as I shut the door. And she like peels out of the... What you not expect for the way that she looks, she fucking peels out of there.
Alright. Well, we will start with you,
To be,
Grace, since
okay.
you are closest to your quandary.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's the three of us that are going to the...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, I
we
thought you
are?
guys... I thought you were
I
going...
thought we were going to investigate the homes she
Oh, yeah, I
looked
thought
at.
you
that's
guys were
right.
at the
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So you are closest technically to your target, so we will have you head on down to the police station downtown.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they should have like detectives and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll have a front desk, and there's a desk jockey there being probably got the typical '80s like thick framed plastic glasses, and he looks up from his paperwork and he's like, "Emergency or?"
No,
you here to see someone?
I'm actually looking for a Detective Marks. Does he happen to be in?
Marks, and he flips through a couple of his books and says, I think he went out for breakfast a couple minutes ago. He should be back though shortly if you want to take a seat. It's one of those police detective places that you see, they have the locked doors and the waiting areas, so.
Okay. Oh, well. I suppose I will wait a few.
Want a coffee or something?
Oh, I think I've been plenty filled with coffee for today.
Alright, so you wait about 20 minutes there, and I'm supposing you know this Marks.
Yes.
You give me a first name then.
Oh, gee.
We'll call him Alan.
Yeah,
Alan Marks.
Alan.
What does he mark?
His territory.
Marky Mark.
Is he from the Funky Bunch?
Would you like
Oh,
a cup?
I wish.
Or do you want an M&M one? You don't care.
And that's not even old.
We'll
I
say
know.
that he is, he's a regular detective in the area. He does not a lot of work because, there's not very many, homicides or, major things that actually go down.
Sioux Falls was chill back then.
Sioux Falls was pretty chill back then. About the major thing that you have is drugs at the time.
Missing children.
And
I'm missing children now.
yeah, I know.
And so about the most major thing that he might be looking into is probably cocaine. I do
And I thought we were on meth. I thought we were on meth.
Not yet.
Now,
Meth wasn't a huge thing back then.
Oh, this is good. I'm just gonna drink
Coke
all
was
of
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to make meth. Actually, no, it doesn't. But anyway, continue.
It's effortful.
You would know.
We'll
I
say
would.
that
I was in the Air Force. I learned about
I
it.
know you did.
We'll say that Mr. Detective Marks is in his 40s. He's got white hair combed back. He's actually a pretty thin individual for him. His love of sweets, which you actually see him walk in, he's got a donut in hand and coffee. Got a donut from, I don't know, Daylight Donuts? Dunkin' Donuts? I don't know fucking around.
I don't think we've ever had a Dunkin'.
We did at one point.
Did we?
Yeah.
No. Well, it was
We also had a
insignificant.
Krispy Kreme at one
We
point,
did.
but that's a sad story of Sioux Falls history.
He walks in, he has a coffee in hand, and he is almost utterly unaware of you until he stops for a second. And he kind of looks over and he goes, oh, god damn it. What?
Boy, I tell you, if there was any one single cop I've ever seen that was the epitome of a stereotype, it was definitely always you.
Yeah, well,
You make
bite
friends.
me. What do you want, Graham?
I'm looking for information on what's going on with these kids.
Nothing to know. Missing kids, probably ran away from home. What more can I tell you?
You know there's no way that many kids going missing in a month? You're not looking into it?
He
How bored do you have to get to start looking into this?
kind of rolls his eyes, takes another sip of his coffee, and he goes, follow me. And he points to the guy that's the officer that's on the front desk, and he kind of motions for him to buzz you guys in. And he leads you back to his office. He does have kind of a broom closet kind of office. I mean, there's barely enough room in there for the both of you. And it's definitely that old, like, they never got rid of it, like, 60s, like, frost glass on the front doors and side glass. All of it's old wood, smells old.
The cigarettes have been ingrained.
Oh, yes, they have. You see a couple of the light fixtures are just yellow. There's no white light coming through.
Well, that's just how they made it back then.
Yeah, right? Sure. And he puts the donut in his mouth as he opens the door and, like, motions you in. No brands here. The ultimate warrior.
So, okay, yeah.
It's not a brand, it's an idea.
I will follow this lead.
Okay. He shuts the door behind you and, like, squeezes past you and before drawing the curtains to his own door. He sits at his desk. He kind of looks at you a bit, and he chews what's left of his donut and goes, "You know I've been working on it."
I would hope so. What have you found?
You know it ain't that simple. He kind of does.
Is it ever that simple? And I hand him over. How much was it that I owed you?
About $300.
I'll hand him 400 here with interest.
It's more like it. He opens up one of his drawers, tosses the cash in, and pulls out a manila envelope and slaps it down in front of you.
I just dig in. I'm assuming is this just all This is case files?
Pretty much. Anything from the other end. And he says, anybody that walks in here, I don't know how you got that.
You got a copy? I think I might take this with.
That's my copy. It's not going anywhere.
Alright, fine. Jeez, you can have it that way. How much to take it?
He's like, go ahead and roll me. We'll do our first manipulation roll.
I was just gonna ask if that's gonna make.
What am I rolling?
You roll 2d6.
2d6s.
Plus whatever your...
So manipulation is charm. So whatever your charm bonus is right now.
Oh, actually, hold on. I got a...
First roll of the game.
So far, so good.
It's a charm. And I like it to make a deposit.
Is that what your accent is now?
So, the question here, you know a few cops who can be persuaded to look the other way or do you a favor for certain considerations. So, what does that really actually entail?
So, he did his consideration. He is letting you see this envelope. He is just not letting you leave with it because it is the only copy, and that is why we're doing a manipulation.
Manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And that's plus.
So you gained what you wanted. You just got work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure I'm okay.
So,
what's your charm?
I guess it's
The debit card...
Is it just
no.
from
Credit cards did.
this plus?
Yeah, it's whatever your rank.
But it was one of those, like, they literally, like, ran your credit card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa had one of those. He had the electric slider, but he had that one as the backup. He always did both because he was paranoid.
So before you make your roll, tell me how you are attempting to
Debit cards have existed since the 1970s.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
They must have been the same type of credit card, like...
Well, yeah, you had the Diners Club.
Yeah.
No,
Back
that's
in-
fair.
I was just wondering how I had money,
was
like
like
the
how I had
original
access
credit
to my
card.
money.
So how are you trying to... You're trying to manipulate him into allowing you to leave with these documents what are you flashing some cash at him? Some more cash?
I
Are you
mean,
just flashing him?
Are you just flashing him?
I easily handed
I like what you
$400, of which I just grabbed
A hand.
a fucking I can't remember what they're called. Just the
A
fucking
stack?
bills, a
Roll
stack
bills?
of bills.
But what are you flashing him for him to accept that? Because he's like, it's not that simple. The 400 that you gave him was enough to read.
Well, it was so. I mean, he would have seen I have a lot of money. I'm asking him how much.
But this isn't a really how much kind of thing because you have to roll for it first,
Okay.
and if you roll well, he will tell you. If not, if you're just flashing the cash, I'll take that as the manipulation. So go ahead and roll your 2d6 plus your charm. Ooh, got a 5 already.
I mean, that's a 5. I don't know if you're going to take that.
I won't take it since it's not on the table.
I figured.
A 6.
6, 11. Yeah,
That's
so
a success.
with that manipulation,
And then I go with this.
Yeah,
Plus,
whatever your
or is there
charm.
other pluses?
yeah, so
so
Plus 2.
yeah, they'll tell you
13.
immediately he'll tell you immediately what he needs. He says, "I need another 600."
600? You know, what I've always loved about you smaller town cops, you don't ask for too much. I give him 700.
Oh, all right. So
Fucking money bags. He robbed an ATM before he came
Greasing
here.
the wheels
Alright.
here.
So yeah, he's like, you put that somewhere nobody sees it on the way out.
You've
I
given him
never saw you.
$1,100. Let's find
Well,
out what
I
that
guess
is with inflation.
Since it's still kind of hot-ish, I wouldn't have to an overcoat.
Yeah,
But I do have
it's
the
70-ish.
suit jacket.
Yeah,
I just
we'll call it
kind of
75.
fold it as best as I can, tuck it in the
Got the
jacket
inside.
pocket.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, not a problem. He really doesn't want you hanging around here any longer, though. You get that kind of idea? Like, if you're gonna
I don't
take
want
it,
to be hanging around here.
if you're gonna take it, get
Wow, you just gave him $2,600.
out.
Yeah, criminal. Where'd you get all that money? You rob a bank?
Okay. So, you walk out of the out of the police office. Like, you get a couple of looks, being the most well-dressed individual here, but nobody seems to question. So
Yeah.
You make your way out. Where are you heading to read this document? Because you're parked in front of PD, so probably not the best place to be reading these documents.
Yeah, no. So
There's a number of city
I know
parks.
you're-
I'm getting
so-
up the hotel.
I think I would try to probably go to where I guess the Ramkota would be the nicest.
Yeah,
Wherever the nicest place is, that's
It'd
where I'm
definitely
going.
be the Ramkota.
So yeah, we'll go there.
Grabbing yourself
I
a room.
mean, McKinnon Park has been beautiful for decades.
Yeah.
I'm not reading documents in a public park.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm just saying it was established long ago in the 1800s.
That's great, and I'm happy for you.
Like, at this point, it's over 100 years old.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
So we will skip to as you are making your way to the hotel. It's just a little past lunch now for you. We will catch up with the rest of you. So Olivia and Henrietta, you have 2 addresses that you could possibly go to. One is on the 4800 block of West 8th Street. One is on the, we'll call it the 6400 block of West 8th Street. So, which one are you taking first?
Whichever is closest, I assume.
From downtown, probably the 4800 block.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll head on over there.
Okay. So, I mean, this is definitely the more impoverished side of town, but your truck definitely matches anything, if not maybe even a little worse for wear than most of the cars that are here. Some of the cars are nicer. You can definitely tell that any of the nicer cars probably have some kind of newfangled electronic car anti-theft systems on them, as they would have stickers in the window. But yeah, most of the cars here are a little worse for wear, as well as the houses.
Do we see any people outside?
Yeah. So this 4800 block of West 8th Street is actually pretty nearby a school. So you hear a couple, like it's a middle school, so you hear like the, there might be a couple classes out for recess about this time. So you hear children playing somewhere nearby, as well as there is a couple of smaller businesses for more of the, we'll call it different races that do take up Sioux Falls. Since there are some plants, there's definitely a Hispanic presence on this east side of town. As well as an African American presence, but they're a little further east than where you guys are at right now. But there are a couple of like smaller taquerías and maybe a couple of stands in your area as well. A couple of people walking the blocks either to get to work or grocery shopping, perhaps. But yeah.
Okay.
Do we see any so we saw a bunch of kids out playing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see any parents, mothers taking their kids to school or anything like that? Or
no, it's well beyond that point.
Past that point, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely past 9 at this point. So most of them are in school. We'll call it 10ish.
Okay.
So first recess of the day for most of the youngsters.
Okay. We'll drive up and pull up it to the first address. Kind of scope it out. What does it look like? Any activity inside or around the house?
Do we have a house number? I thought we just had an area.
We have 2 addresses.
Yeah, the actual house.
Yeah,
number.
because
she pulled it from the
Danica had pulled
book.
from the phone book.
Okay, I thought so. I just wasn't
The
sure.
only 2 Reyes's that were on the West 8th block.
Sounds good.
So
Yeah. So any activity inside or outside the house?
this one doesn't look like there's much activity right now.
Mhm.
There is a Hispanic woman behind the house. It looks like she's maybe putting out some laundry on the line right now.
Okay. Could you give me a word picture of the house here?
Yeah, so this particular house, it's definitely an older, rundown, probably erected somewhere, probably in the 60s or so, during that whole, housing reissuement. So it's definitely seen better days, especially the patio and whatnot, since the patio itself looks like it was made out of wood. Perhaps recently, it's definitely the wood is more recent than the house itself, so maybe there was
Couple decades gone by, it's aged.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Couple cracks in a couple of the second story windows. There's definitely some missing shingles from the top of the roof. Maybe one of the gutters is hanging down. Definitely seen its fair share of better days. A couple of cars parked in the, we'll call it parkway. Just basically a gravel approach onto the property itself.
Alright.
Do we see any kids' toys out in the front lawn?
There are, yep. So from your car, you can see there are a couple of little type trikes, red wagons, that kind of thing.
So there's a woman working in the backyard.
Looks like she is hanging out some laundry.
I'm just gonna I'll get out of the truck and start heading into the backyard, and as I approach her, I'll say, "Excuse me, you Maria?"
Ay, Dios mío. Yes, I'm Maria.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I come up beside her, knowing that Henrietta's not the best with people, and say, We're looking for my lost cat. Can you help us?
Gato?
Si, gato.
No kitties here.
Oh, okay. Can I read her mind to see if she's thinking of something else that might be missing?
So you start to poke around in her brain, and we'll say because it is a thought manipulation and not a communication, you can definitely understand some things. Some things are rattled off in her brain. She's got kind of that Spanglish kind of going on, where a little bit of it is Spanish, a little bit of it is English. But she is like, who are these people? Like, this is really weird. Like, she actually has a couple of thoughts of, like, bolting inside and calling, like, family members, not the police, but the family members.
Okay. So I will relay that to you and be like, she's very scared.
Lo siento. Está policía? Estoy policía.
You are police?
Sí. Estoy policía. Nosotros. Hija.
As you're reading her mind, she's like, this chick isn't cops. Like, there's no way they would let a native woman on the police force. No way.
Especially the way that you're dressed.
That too. Like, I'm flat out like, she's not buying it. I'm sorry. Like, just give it up. Like, don't even keep trying. She's just gonna.
She's like,
all right, fine.
See, and she like starts backing up towards the house with the bundle of clothes.
Wait.
What's
Okay.
What's the little girl's name? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Her name is Isabella.
And I immediately say, I see you have some toys out front. My little sister said that they might be kind of fun. Do you have a girl or boy that lives at this house that my little sister might want to play with?
No, I just work here. I just work here. And she like starts to back up, like still towards the door.
Wait. I'm sorry. My Spanish is shit. We're looking for Ronaldo and Maria Reyes.
Oh, they down there. And she like escapes into the house and like locks the door behind her.
Thanks.
Like she points down the street?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Towards like the 60th.
Wrong house. Let's go.
You see her like inside, like with a telephone, like she's like.
Like I send a thought to her head, say, "It's okay. We're just gonna leave."
Oh, that's good for girl.
Don't worry.
Her eyes get really wide, and she's like, "You're talking in my head."
And I immediately tell you, we probably should go.
Well, we sent the wrong people to do social graces.
Well, okay. Do me a favor and speak into her head again and say, "The devil's coming to get you."
That's just mean.
I know it's mean, but if we make her into a crazy person, then the cops won't follow us. And she's just some crazy Hispanic lady.
I don't want to traumatize this woman, but...
Oh my god.
Look, it's the 80s. The cops are against us.
They're not going to follow us anyway.
Oh man.
They're not going to believe that someone's speaking into her mind, let alone the devil is speaking into her mind.
That's why I told you to do it.
It's fine.
Okay, dear. Let's go to the next house.
Don't tell me how to use my powers.
Oh, snap.
Honey, you know I didn't mean that.
I'm sorry. That came out wrong.
You know,
Let's just go.
I know it's difficult, and I try to help you. That's all.
I know.
Okay, let's get back to the truck.
Okay, so you guys pack it up, go back to the truck.
Okay.
As you drive along, we're gonna skip to Danica, who has made it to the local library.
All right.
and performed a rock solo in the middle of the library.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
Excuse me, can you fucking don't?
Could you not?
Once I get to the library, I turn my music down because I can't see.
Cut that shit down. I can't see.
And then instead of going into the library, I try to do the calling a member of my sect up.
Okay, so you reach down, you grab your brick of a cell phone. Who are you calling up?
I flip open my mom's book, my hunter journal-y thing that I
Okay.
have, and I kind of...
Are you looking for somebody local?
Mm-hmm.
You see one name, Bobby Singer.
Son of a bitch. Well,
But in a southern accent.
son of a bitch.
There we go.
There we are.
Well, hell. Motherfucker. You're probably too drunk to answer the damn phone anyway. Alright. It was a motherfucker. I guess I'm gonna go and do some reading.
Okay. So you head into the library. Even here, like most other public establishments, reek of cigarette smoke. Here, however, it does not seem that you get that same waftiness of smoke.
You can't smoke in a library. The books are gonna set on fire. They're just dry trees.
You actually see maybe one of the only non-smoking signs besides those in restaurants for non-smoking areas, which are still very rare.
Mm-hmm.
You see a non-smoking sign like directly plastered to the door before you come in.
Well,
Or the second set of doors, rather, as you come in.
alright. Well, I go in. I go up to the counter and say, hey, you got a section with your local newspapers?
There is an older woman sitting there. She is probably about 60-something, early 60s. She's got the permed white hair look going on. She's definitely classic librarian. She's got the overcoat over her dress, and she's got the cat flared out lenses on her glasses, as well as a chain that hangs down her neck. Seems like she was in the middle of reading something, and she goes,
I apologize. Do you happen to have a local newspaper section here?
and she motions you to follow her. She gets up with a little bit of a grunt from her chair, and she takes you back to the microfiche area, and she sits you down at one of the stations, and she goes, what months do you need? What papers?
Oh, let's just say the last. Let's just say the last year.
Which paper?
Oh, your leader, your Argus leader? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the one.
Do you have any other local papers?
Not really, not unless you're wanting to take one of the smaller towns' papers.
We'll stick to this one. I thank you.
She comes back a few minutes later, and she brings back
The microfilm.
the microfilm section. You were going to have some studying in front of you.
Now, I've used microfilm before, and I don't know if it's changed much since the 80s, but you used to be able to search within it. Like, you used to be able to, like, look for things, and it would, like...
Not until the 90s.
Hunt and... Really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy...
Early 80s, you had to scan every individual page. Luckily, the pages were sections, so like obituaries, missing peoples were
this will
generally
be pretty
within the same
easy.
section.
This is going to be headline news or missing person section, so it won't take much time.
So let's go ahead and have you roll me an investigate mystery.
Oh God, how do I do that?
Sharp.
Plus sharp.
Yep. 2d6 plus sharp.
Alright, well let's see what I find out. It's going to be articles about dogs. 4, 5, 6, 8.
8. 8's okay. You actually get hold 1. So you can ask me anything about the investigation.
Oh, where is that at?
1 question.
Hold.
Other side. It is specifically one of the following questions. It's not anything, unfortunately.
One of the investigative mission questions?
Yeah.
Let's see. What is being concealed here?
Concealed within the pages.
Yeah, like if I only find 1 article, right? Or
We'll say that you find the articles for the missing children.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
a success.
okay. So there's got to be some similarities between them.
Yes. So are you looking for similarities then? Like what is hidden among the similarities?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, what is
Gotcha.
being concealed among the similarities?
Gotcha. So, you read all 5 of the missing children's cases. All 5 of them seem to disappear without any type of forced entry. No signs of a struggle. Definitely seems like either the children ran away or they went with
Were
somebody
they all within
knew.
the same age range?
They were all under 12.
Oh. Were they all female, male, mix? Mix.
There was a mix.
All under 12. Were they all within a radius? Does it mention addresses?
That one you do not find out. They were kind of spread around
Spread
the
out.
city.
Okay. Gotcha. So no pattern there, okay.
Not one that's
Round.
not one that's within that particular question.
Gotcha. Where else? Okay.
That might need a little more digging.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you can definitely stay here and further your investigation, which if you do, you will get an ongoing +1 as you investigate.
I will investigate because I want to try and formulate. I have a map of the city, so I'm gonna
do.
it out and I'm gonna mark in the area where it says that the kids were abducted, and I'm gonna try to. I know what you can get at libraries. You can still get them at libraries. City plans, like sewage plans, like you know what I'm talking about, like right underground shit. You can get that at the library. They have to make it public.
But are
She's
you
actually like the best investigator in our group.
honestly, like, you do know this, but this investigation would not have led you to that point just yet, I will say. So
No, but
seeing no correlation to city planning just yet,
Right.
I will require 1 more investigate mystery from you to.
okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to put I'm just gonna like X circle areas where the kids lived, and I'm gonna try and figure out. Are they on
If there's a
if there's a
connection.
connection of where they're at?
Okay, so go ahead and roll me investigate mysteries. You now have these areas marked on your tourist map that you had grabbed from the gas station.
The come and go.
Yes.
Ooh.
Not 10.
10.
Wait,
All right.
Because you have a +1, and then you get an ongoing +1.
11.
So, yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
still great.
it-
You actually get hold 2.
Oh, I get to ask 2 questions now?
Yeah.
You can, yes. Unless you'd like to use 1 and then use it for investigate mystery while you're still here. Or you can burn both of them. That is your prerogative.
Can I use one of them to do the city plan thing? To
Yep.
see if I can find like a sewage system? Because I feel like I can look at the map. That my thought is if I can look at...
Well, give me your question first.
I want to, now that I'm looking at the locations of where they're at, I want to ask what is being concealed here again to try and determine if there is a central area where where all of these kind of correlate that could be where a lair would be, or something like that.
So, the connection that you're actually seeing is definitely an underground one.
Okay.
Most of the disappearances have been on city blocks that have manholes.
City blocks. I can't read this. With manholes. Okay.
Can we
But
ever?
there is another hidden theme that is along these as well. All 5 of these are near a major city park.
Park.
Maybe.
I'm gonna circle all
We'll
the
go on
parks now.
Huh?
I'm gonna circle all the parks now.
Okay.
And
You
then
still have hold 1.
I'm gonna ask.
I have a question about the advance. Like,
Yeah.
is it possible? So, if she rolled a 12, would she be able to do the advance, or do you have to be in the advanced section, like the advanced improvements thing?
Yeah, yep. Once she gets to advance, then she would have that advance, like +1, plus whatever to her stats. So she hasn't gotten that far yet. The advancement is, like, when she gets there,
Yeah,
her experience-wise.
I don't know how the advanced.
Do I have enough information to ask where did it go?
You get a feeling that there could be 2 possible outcomes.
Which I already know from the first question.
Yep.
Okay.
So you definitely know that sewers, or at least manhole covers, are definitely nearby the houses where the children were abducted. But there are also popular and very wooded parks, or somewhat wooded parks for this area, at least within a block of each of the houses.
Okay. Now I'd
Still
like.
have hold 1.
Can I hold it for the next thing I want to investigate?
Another investigation?
Yeah.
As long as it's within the investigation.
So now I want to, on the microfilm,
Mm-hmm.
look and see. It's all kids under 12.
Mm-hmm.
What did I see on when I was looking at the first what the dates were when all the kids went missing? Did they all go missing within the last month? Did that say that on the article?
So all of the articles are definitely dated apart from each other. They are dated apart by 5 days each.
So when did the first one happen? 5 dated apart.
So the last one happened. Today is the 20th. The last one happened on the 19th, the 14th, and then so on and so forth over the past 5.
Okay.
So the 19th, 14th,
Okay.
math, 9th,
Okay.
4th,
Gotcha.
and
So just 31st?
31st? Is it
Just
August?
I don't know.
September.
August
Yes.
is 31st.
July and August are
But
31 days.
Yeah, so it'd be August 31st.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they're named after Caesars.
Right. So
Or you do the knuckle thing.
there is that too. But there is definitely a pattern to the dates.
Okay. I told y'all the library was a good
You're
place
not
to go.
there.
Yeah. You could call him.
I told y'all.
I told
all
you
these
the
other
library was
questions
good.
don't make really much sense to
We can make them make sense.
because there's like a what creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go?
You haven't really. I mean, you could guess at the creature, and
Can I utilize like my personal notes and journals that I have
you do have your mom's journal.
and kind of thumb through it and see if anything correlate, like if there are any things that might correlate. I might get more than one, but
yeah. I mean, you
and
definitely
say
would.
like maybe what kind of creature is this?
So if you do that, I would have this particular investigation be a compilation between what you have,
Right.
what you investigated, and in between your mom's notes. So you would still have another ongoing +1 since you are still
Do I need to
within the
roll
investigation.
again?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm again
Because now you are cross-referencing with your mother's
Okay,
notes.
okay.
I'll,
Oh, that's
send
not
you
really
this
good.
one.
That's only a 6.
Only a 6. So mark yourself an experience.
I get the experience points.
So
Keep going.
I'm just looking at books.
Danica, you get a sense that you're being watched in the library. It definitely seems like you're no longer alone, whereas the librarian had left the film, had left back to her desk.
Okay.
You're getting a very uneasy
I pull up
feeling
my
that you're-
compact, like I'm gonna adjust my face and kind of like do one of these to see who's looking at me.
Yeah, so there's definitely a face that you catch for a moment. And you notice something strange about this face.
Strange face.
Mm-hmm.
Strange face watching me in the library. Is this?
It's like you can't make the details out on whether this is a man or a woman. Since the library lights are definitely down low and you're getting towards later afternoon, you're also in the microfiche area, so the lights are kept specifically down low here, and the only reason that you can even see this figure is because of the light that your terminal is giving off, since you're really the only one in here using it. The creature in your compact, disappears quickly, but not before you can notice a quick glint in the eyes as it catches some of the lights from your terminal. But then it disappears. But you are still getting that feeling that you are being watched.
I will leave.
Okay.
I'll gather up my things and the microphone. I'll take it up to the librarian and go, I thank you very much for your assistance.
Sure. So, we will cut back to Henrietta and Olivia. You guys make your way towards the next house. This particular house definitely has a newer-ish brick stoop that has been created onto the very kind of collapsing porch that kind of takes up 3/4 of the front of this house, we'll call it. It's a very large, picturesque window in front. And the white paint that had been applied at some point in time has definitely seen better days. It's chipping away, showing the wood color underneath. There is one car in the front of the house that is parked along the street because there is no driveway at this particular house. You also do see children's toys out the front. These particular toys, just from a first glance, seem to be more geared towards girls. You see a couple of dolls in front of the yard. Probably some, we'll call them Raggedy Ann and Andy's, because those were popular back then.
Yep.
Sitting out in front of the yards. Maybe a sandbox out there as well.
Rainbow Brights.
Yeah, yep, right, yeah.
From the picture window, you actually do see a woman, she's sitting in on a couch in front of the picture window, and it looks like she's just kind of crying her eyes out.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is she looking out to the yard?
No, the back of her head is definitely facing towards the inside of the house. But you can definitely tell it's a woman. She's got a very kind of high knot in her hair. Looks like it was just recently put up.
So, is this a 2-story house?
It definitely is, yep.
Okay. Just from passing glance, do I notice any signs of a creature climbing up to a window or any claw marks or anything?
Not from the street.
Okay.
Can I grab one of the Raggedy Ann dolls and start to cast some magic on it to see if I can see any interactions with this little girl?
You're not far from the school at this block either. You can still kind of hear the faint off noises. So there definitely are people traveling. Are you just strolling up into the yard, grabbing this doll? Oh, or are you going up to the door to kind of act as somewhat of a...
I'm going to try and not within the frame of the window, kind of like casually saunter around the house to kind of investigate it.
Okay.
See if there's anything weird that I notice on the outside of the house.
No problem. So go ahead and roll me your use magic. Since you are channeling your magic to try to catch a glimpse, what are you trying to picture? Are you trying to picture the girl's face? Or...
Yeah, I want to know more about what this girl looks like what her age is. I want to have like an idea to possibly use when we're talking to the parents.
Okay.
To be like, yeah, my little sister who's friends with her, and like they both have brown hair. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Not a problem. So go ahead and use your use magic and roll for me.
That's 13.
13. All right. So go ahead and pick your effect from the list.
I'm going to do. Summon a monster into the No.
I'm guessing you're trying to scry any place or time.
Yeah, I was going to do observe another place or time. Yeah.
Yep. So now that you have this item to focus on that was definitely Isabella's, you are taken back to a time when maybe less than a week ago, her picture and the vision that you're seeing, not much has changed, so you're not too far in the past.
Okay.
She's playing with what seems to be either friends or family, generally close to her age. They're playing in the front yard, like playing with dolls. It definitely seems like she favors Raggedy Ann more so than the Raggedy Andy, giving that one to the cousin or the friend.
What's your name on the toy you don't mind your cousin playing with?
Yeah, exactly. She definitely seems to be pretty happy, pretty jovial young girl. She definitely seems a little bit caring too. Like one of the boys that she's playing around with that is playing in the sandbox actually falls, scrapes his knee. She actually is the one that goes over there and dusts it off. Her being probably not too dissimilar in age to this one. He might be just a bit younger, but she acts kind of motherly and dusts it off and actually reaches in her. We'll say that she, in this vision, has a pair of overalls on, and she reaches in one of the pockets. She actually pulls out let's see, what's a famous character right now? We will say that she has a Rainbow Bright Band-Aid, and she puts it on the boy. He's not so,
Man, why not a He-Man Band-Aid?
Well, that's not what she likes.
Yeah, she likes Rainbow Bright.
But he's still cool with having a Band-Aid, and they go off and play.
Does she say his name at any point?
Yeah, so she'll actually say that his name is Billy.
Okay, sounds good. So I will put down the doll after I have that vision. And I will approach Henrietta and see what she is doing.
So, why don't you go ahead and give me an investigate mystery as you are looking for signs of any type of creatures that may have come or gone.
Alright. Investigate, that is a plus sharp. So that is a 10 even.
10 even. Alright, so you get hold too. So you may ask me one question now. You may hold those questions, but as long as you're investigating, you can use those holds to ask me questions.
Okay. I think we'll start with what is being concealed here.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you went to the back, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of just tracing the edges of the house, trying to avoid.
Are you trying to look for footprints or?
Well, yeah. Like I said, I'm looking kind of up at the house. I suppose I'm looking at the ground too, see if there's any signs that there's something unworldly here.
Hoofprints.
Yeah, up on the side of the house, I'm seeing if there's any scratches that might have clawed up into the windows or any non-human marks in the ground. So, yeah.
So you actually do kind of skirt around the house and you come to a flower bed that's on one of the sides of the house. Mm-hmm. And you look into the flower bed. There's no real window on the level that this is on right now, but there is one on the second story on this side of the house. So none on the floor, one on the second story. As you're looking up at the house, you don't see any type of claw marks or anything. Nothing scaled this particular wall, but you look down into the garden bed and you do see very large, like almost human footprints. Except for the fact that they have very long, like, nails on the end of them.
Is that, like, specifically a Wendigo footprint? Is that, like...
Hold on. I got 2 questions here.
You do.
So, what sort of creature is it?
This footprint definitely belongs to a Wendigo.
Motherfucker.
However, as you investigate, the footprint do, like, go around the back of the house, but as you're going around the house, you see that they stop, and there is another larger, like, double set of windows up on the second floor. Definitely looks scalable because there's one of those ivy lattices where they have grown something up to the second store. But you see that instead of, like, going towards that ivy lattice where you would say this creature probably crawled up into the second floor, you see those footprints go off and towards the distance to a nearby, as you look beyond, it looks like there might be a park within the distance.
Does she come around to me? Okay.
She does.
I think it's it. It's a Wendigo. Wendigo.
Is it... Would we know if Wendigos are very, like, common things? Like, would we know it's, like, the one that she's been hunting this whole time? Or is it, like, they're around? Like, there's a bunch of them.
They're a... Henrietta, you would have shared this information with Olivia, which I'm assuming you would since you're together hunting. You would know that Wendigos are decently rare because of the process of a Wendigo coming into being. There's only one tale in your tribe that actually recounts a Wendigo coming into being, which is actually one of the very first tales of Wendigos in North America anyway, where it was actually a war party having actually come back from a skirmish with old cavalry, had actually been caught in a blizzard, and so they hid in one of the caves out in the Black Hills, and they were there for many months. And eventually they ran out of any type of rations that they had, and the head of the war party actually ended up killing the rest of the war party that was remaining and eating them, eventually coming for a taste of human flesh. And generally they tend to hibernate for 5 to 10 years, and then they come out and they consume human flesh. Usually, they take quite a bit of prey, and then they save that for the next 5 to 10 years.
Wendigos are rare. This be weird that it travel all the way East River, but it's not unheard of, and
More populous.
it's true. It's a big hunting ground out here. I don't know, I haven't heard of any in this area. Not for a long time, so there's a chance. There's a fucking chance. Looks like it went towards this park.
As you say that, you actually notice that the back door opens, and the woman that had been sitting in front of the picture window in front, she actually goes, Can I help you?
Oh, we're sorry. I'm looking for my brother Billy. He wasn't in school today, and I know he was friends with. I'm blanking on her name.
Isabella.
He was friends with Isabella, and I was wondering if he might be here.
Like, the mention of her name alone gets her to start to tear up, and she goes, "No, I have not seen Billy."
Oh, okay. Well, sorry to bother you. We heard about what happened, of course, and it's a shame that Isabella went missing. I really hope you guys find her soon.
See, me too.
I'm really sorry. My niece, she sometimes doesn't have tact when talking about these things. I'm so sorry about your loss.
And she, like, starts to visibly tear up and bawl.
I'm sorry. This isn't my place, but do you need anything?
No, thank you. Thank you.
It just hurts me when another mother hurts this bad. I feel your pain. I lost my son a long time ago. Please, if there's anything I can do, I'm sure the police have been by, but was there anyone threatening your family, or?
No, Isabella was so kind. She never make anybody mad.
She was always the sweetest with Billy. When he came back with a scraped knee, he had that little Rainbow Brights Band-Aid on him.
You see as she, like, smiles a little bit, and she goes, yes, I remember that.
She
Smooth.
I mean, you're the one on Give It.
What you do?
She was always quite the caretaker. She would have been an amazing mother when the time was right, of course. We'll leave you be.
If you see, maybe one thing, if you see my husband, you tell him come home too. I've not seen him in so many days.
I'm sorry, who's your husband?
Ronaldo.
Okay. Oh,
What?
sweet lady, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
What?
Can we go get these cats?
What?
They're pretty kitties.
They're bonded sisters and
Oh,
they
I
need
saw
to
that.
stay together.
They're on
And
our
I
house.
have 2 cats.
Okay. Game time. Talk about cats later. I want to talk about cats now, believe me.
Right.
But,
What happened to your husband?
He was so angry. He went looking for Isabella. He said he see someone take her away.
well, who took her away?
I don't know. He just yelled and he said that he saw the person who would take her.
I'm gonna say, I'm sorry. This is strange. You don't know me, but I feel your pain. I feel your loss. I've been there. May I give you a hug?
She looks a little like, oh, okay. And she gives you a hug.
Okay. I'm gonna use my move, Fervor.
Okay.
What's that do?
Which is when you manipulate someone, roll plus tough instead of plus charm. I'm gonna say, if you need anything, if there's anything I can do, please tell me.
So you're trying to manipulate her?
Yep. It'd be a manipulate other, so go ahead and roll me a manipulation. Plus your charm instead.
And tough instead of charm.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
Plus my tough.
Do you have an ongoing because it's a Wendigo?
No, because that was investigation.
That was.
Your ongoing was within.
I don't know if it just has to do with it.
Nope.
Right. Knowing, investigating, pursuing, or fighting the breed or monster. Okay. I mean,
What's your total?
it's a 6.
It's a 6? Okay, so go ahead and mark yourself for an experience.
Hold on.
We'll say that she doesn't look angry, but she does look a little bit offended. And she says, I've never seen you before. Who are you?
I'm sorry. It's like she said. We were looking for her friend.
My brother.
Your brother.
That might have been a bit of the stumble there. So,
I'm sorry. My niece. She's just a worrywart. Her brother's adopted, and so sometimes I slip.
She goes, maybe you go now. I'm gonna go inside.
I'm so sorry. We'll go now.
Okay. She goes back inside. So
You offended so many people today.
I
Two very
mean,
nice ladies.
We ain't done.
That's true.
So we got a little bit of information. We will cut back to Gray. So you have these documents. You're now checked into the motel. I'm supposing that, are you using cash or card?
Fucking playboy.
Definitely using. I mean, who uses a card?
Yeah.
Cash to check in?
Yeah.
So the attendant definitely sees that you are probably among one of the better dressed people that he has seen roll in. So he actually offers you a suite on the. God, how many floors were there on the Ram Code? 3? 4? I think there were 3.
At least 3, probably.
Yeah. Well, we'll say for the 3rd floor suite. So. No, I think there's 3. Or was the 3rd one built on later? I'm pretty sure at one point in time there was 3.
I don't think there's 3. I think it's just the Ramkota though is the largest facility there is in Sioux Falls. Though, it's a giant square with a courtyard in the middle, and then they added arms onto each of the squares. It is basically a Midwestern swastika. I'm sorry.
We will call it the 3rd floor, just for our intents and purposes.
Yes, in this universe.
Fictional Sioux Falls that had 3 floors. Right?
Yes.
And not a swastika.
But, I mean, it might have just been in the middle. He might have just gotten... There might have been, 6 or so suites at the 3rd floor. You got one of those suites to yourself, so it has all of the amenities. Colored TV, AC, spa, jacuzzi inside.
Get HBO?
He might get HBO.
Oh my god, you get HBO? You prude.
That is high quality.
And your own kitchen, too.
Choice.
Oh my god.
fantastic.
A kitchenette?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
With little dining
he
table.
makes this offer. I do have to ask. Oh, does this come with that? The HBO channel too?
Yes, your suite comes
Oh.
with the
Cinemax?
HBO and
Cinemax.
Cinemax and
Did that
Stars.
exist?
Wow.
Probably did.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Skinamax existed when I was a teenager. I don't know about, a few years before that.
I don't know.
Regardless,
I know
you have
HBO.
the finest amenities.
Gosh.
Oh. Okay. Perfect. Well, I'm definitely accepting. I mean, why the hell would I?
Sure. So, he actually, for the time period,
I'm a max.
this is some fucking rich shit, because to get up to the 3rd floor, you have a key card that you insert into the elevator that only allows you to the 3rd floor.
Ooh. Fancy.
Hold on. One sec. I gotta check something.
Sioux Falls is a little ritzier in my way.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah. As you drink from your copper mug.
Dang straight.
Dang gay.
Dang gay, yeah.
Kind of sounds like a medicine, like Bengay.
It does, yeah.
Dengue. Dengue, to cure all of your heterosexual desires. Dengue.
So...
So he hands me the card. I just, I'll comment on that. It's pretty rare that I see these. I think the last time I ever saw one was at one of the finest establishments out in Dubai. But
well, we're getting along quite well here in South Dakota, and you should come and visit us more often.
Well, I must admit, it has been quite a while since I've been here. I think I might have to visit more often if you've got a few of these lying.
Oh, very good, sir. Very good.
I'm going to just take my bags, make my way onto that. I've got some papers to read.
You do. So you go up the elevator, and as you have the card inserted, it takes you up to the 3rd floor. It is a penthouse, so there is a little bit of a hallway, but once you insert your card into your door, opens up to a very wide, spacious area. Kitchenette, small dining room style counter, seating for probably 4, and then in one of those like closed off like bedroom areas with the I don't know what kind of windows they're called, with the glass in them and the curtains overdrawn. Like Venetian, is that what it's called?
Sure.
Venetian windows where, yes.
What's your character's name?
It definitely still
Henrietta.
smells like smoke in here, though.
Ugh.
There is no non-smoking portions. to-
Olivia.
Wow, I think I have seen apartments with less amenities than this.
Prude.
Okay, so yeah.
Spa jacuzzi out in the open, of course.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh. There.
It just comes with hookers.
Am I seeing like
There's
does
an
this
8-ball sitting on the counter.
does it seem pretty quiet here?
In here? Yeah, I mean, you definitely cannot hear your neighbors.
Okay.
Every...
You can't hear him scream.
Yeah. Every
We'll need that for
soundproof,
later.
like... You've been in some chintzy hotels. These hotels, like, you go and knock on the walls, it is solid concrete.
Okay. Well, this is perfect. This could come in handy later. I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and start taking a look at the case files.
All right.
Just what do I see? What do we have?
Sure, go ahead and roll me an investigate mystery. See what you see.
Like we're all individually finding out this information. All, culminate in us being just like, it's Wendigo. But, I mean, it's great that we're individually finding this information.
Oh!
Beautiful!
Oh.
12 on the die, so hold 2.
Okay.
Sis. And sis.
You put me up against Wendigos in every campaign.
Oh man. Okay.
Is it like his fan favorite?
I
don't
guess
know. We found
I
well, we got.
you know,
alright.
I do want to figure out. Okay, so where
You can converse, but...
where it's happening, like where each of the occurrences were, and
So, you do not have a map of the area on you right now. But just thinking back, you definitely saw one in the lobby. At least of the touristy
Would they-
places.
because a lot of hotels sometimes will put them in their rooms, the fancier ones. So is
Yeah,
there
I
any
mean,
in here?
you definitely have like one of those like menu-ish things where you can order something from nearby, and it has a map of the nearby areas. But being at the Ramkota, some of these aren't going to be on that map.
Yeah.
But like I said, you could probably call down to the desk and have one of the maps from the lobby
Yeah,
delivered to you.
I think, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to call down, ask, I don't know. I'll just ask if they, do you have one of them maps of the area? I want to get an idea of the place while I'm here for the week.
Yeah, we have a couple of brochures with a city map of all of the sites to see.
I think that should do just fine. If you could bring that up here, I would greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely. Anything else, sir? A bottle of wine or any food? It is probably past lunchtime by this time.
Okay. What do you have for wines?
We have a number of reds as well as Zinfandels. Have one Moscato on hand.
Suffolk Blanc.
You know what? I'll tell you what. How
Too
about you just bring up a bottle of the finest red you've got?
Not a problem, sir. So, probably about 10 or so minutes later, you hear a knock at your door, and there is actually like a bellhop / waiter that comes up with a very small rolling cart. He has the bottle of wine on ice for you, as well as a couple of glasses, and he has the map as well. Do you allow him in?
Yes.
Okay. So you open the door, and he goes, "Our finest wine, sir. Would you like me to pour?" And he's already got the towel in hand, glass at the ready.
No, you can leave it here.
Very well, sir. And so he...
I've hidden all this papers in a drawer, by the way.
I imagine so. But yeah, he leaves the wine uncorked, but in the ice for you. And he takes his leave.
Okay.
I'm imagining you lock the door behind him as he leaves.
Yes.
Okay.
With as many locks as they have.
Yeah.
On the door.
There's probably, we'll say 3. He's got a chain, got
Cool.
the bolt, and the...
They're
deadbolt.
all solid.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm going to go through... now that I have the map, I'll mark on the map at least the best locations I can see. I'm sure this isn't like an extremely well detailed every street name. But
Yeah, no, I mean, it's got mostly the main streets.
It's
and,
a tourist map.
Yeah.
yeah. So as
You
close
are
as
here.
I can get
Follow
to,
the dotted line to the zoo.
like, circling where they might be.
Yeah, not a problem. So you have Bolt 2. So
Okay.
you once you place the locations from all 5 of the disappearances, you may go ahead and ask me a question or 2.
Okay. So, where would... I guess I don't know what she looked at, so where would a central where would it seem like these... I'm looking for patterns,
Sure.
essentially.
The questions are on your hand.
Yeah, I know. But see, like, what is being concealed here seems like far too broad.
Very vague.
Like,
And
Like,
you
I'm
can
looking for
say that as your
correlation.
question, and we'll narrow it down
Yeah.
too. That's fine.
so I'm looking for, what would be
What's
concealed.
concealed,
So
yeah.
I'm correlations here. I want to know, like,
So the map
is there a
that-
pattern?
Yeah, the map that you have is definitely different than the map. You definitely saw Danica flash in the diner because she definitely said that she has a map.
That's a traveler's map. It's a road map.
Mhm.
It tells you
Your
where-
map is actually a tourist map, so it has the tourist areas, and you actually see that all of these areas that the children had been taken around are actually near like smaller parks, which are marked on the map. But in the center of all of those parks is actually the zoo.
Oh, hell.
Yours might not say the zoo on it.
It probably does, but
Not like
It probably does, but not as
not a
prevalent.
big thing that's like zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's curious indeed. So these were all in the last month.
Mhm. Yeah.
No.
Part of your investigation as well,
Yeah.
since you have these documents, you're easily able to tell the disappearance dates. Again, 5 days apart, each of them, and as well as all of the children disappeared without any type of sign of struggle. No sign of forced entry was made. No fingerprints were taken by the police, besides those of the family.
Okay.
Which is very strange for a disappearance.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Yes, my son.
So, okay. Always 5 days apart.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 3 days? 3 days before another one.
4 days. It's only been 1 day. We're all still on day 1.
What are their ages?
They are all under 12. So since you have the file, the first child taken back on the 31st of August, his name was Paul Best. And the second child taken 5 days after that was Elsie Burks.
Okay.
And the third child taken 5 days after that was Tony Randolph.
Randolph?
Randolph.
Okay.
Randolph.
Okay.
The fourth child taken was R.J. Hobbs.
Okay.
And the fifth child taken was Isabella Reyes. 5 days after that.
Well, just by their names, they don't seem to have any ethnic correlations.
You still have hold one.
So, trying... Is there any other information about the family? I'm wondering to see if maybe something about what is in something about these children maybe indicate. I'm looking for some sort of connection. Okay, so they're under 12. Seem to be centralized at the zoo. Is there a sort of Oh, I guess, what is it going to do? Do I see anywhere that appears like it would be the next location it would likely go?
So, with that hold, you look at all the evidence that you have in front of you. They have it placed out everywhere, dates. I'm imagining you've got notes scribbled and lines drawn. You see a number that is correlating each and every time. You see the number 5.
Okay.
You see 5 days, 5 children. Upon closer inspection, if you do not count any one of these children as you investigate a little bit clearly as you look at the hidden information here with the 5s as well. If you were to take any one child's age that you see away from the 5 that are there, there is always balance in between the 2 that are left over. So, like, if you took one child's age out of it, these 2 would always equal these 2. And this one seems to be a balance of the numbers.
So you can use that to determine the age of the next child.
So, like, there's 2 10-year-olds, 2 6-year-olds, and then a 9-year-old, and so there might be another 9-year-old that's going to get his. Is that the idea?
Perhaps.
Okay. Interesting. Well...
But, and I'm terrible with math, it's enough where any one child that you take away from the 5 that are there, like, always, and if you shuffle them around a little bit, it always would equal the 2 balancing out, even if you took that one away. So there seems to be kind of this theme of balance.
Okay. So... my best guess so far is if there is another one, it's going to be a female. So, would I be able to find if okay? So, this pattern, does it seem like a 5-pointed star from the zoo, or is okay? Motherfuck. Alright. Well, shit.
Something about the pattern as well, really, like, there's something you've seen before, something that it's gnawing in the back of your head. You've seen this before, but you can't quite place it.
How is it? Looking north to south, how is this pattern configured?
So I mean,
Like
roughly,
if I were to draw as if it were a star.
Yep.
North to south, is this pointing down or up?
Up.
Oh, okay.
There's something on the tip of your tongue, something that's egging at the back of your memory. Like you've seen this somewhere before, you're not quite sure where.
Is there some sort of roll I can do to try and recall?
We'll do, since it doesn't really fit.
Read a bad situation.
Yeah, I think that we're probably gonna do a read a bad situation.
I mean, it's sharp as well, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I mean, this definitely is a bad situation.
You're getting bad omens.
You're definitely getting some bad omens off of this.
Oh boy. Let's.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay, and I have a +2, so.
11?
Yep.
Okay. So you have hold 3 that you can ask about the situation.
Oh.
Oh boy.
All the questions seem pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is there... Okay. Are there any dangers that I have not noticed about what I've...
So looking at this particular setup that you have deduced, you see that any dangers for any other children have probably passed. Everything is set up, it's waiting for something. If it had been complete, they'd have probably done something by now, but this definitely seems like it's a situation where they're waiting for something.
Okay. This... Okay. What's the biggest threat? Does this seem like it's witchcraft?
Are you asking that?
Yeah, the biggest threat is... Yeah.
This is definitely some kind of spells, incantations, something magical. Definitely some kind of ritual going on. You're not quite sure what, though. Big magic.
Oh boy. Let's see.
And you can hold on to that hold 1
yeah.
as long as you use it for reading the situation.
Yeah, I think I might have to. The rest of the questions I would have, I don't feel I have enough to be able to ask them.
Go ahead and mark yourself for a hold 1 there under read a bad situation there, just so we don't forget that you have it. Danica, as you are leaving the library, you're still getting, I mean, it's daylight, but you're still getting that feeling like you're being watched. There's a lot of people outside of the library, actually. But it seems like every once in a while, like, there's an eye on you somewhere.
Do I gauge that it's somebody in the crowd watching me, or is it like somebody spying on me?
It's definitely not magical by any means. You're not trained to know the difference, but it's you get the feeling that somebody is watching you nearby, like somebody is stalking you.
Okay.
Being a pseudo rock star, you have felt this feeling before. Somebody stalking you, maybe after a show.
Mhm.
You know, they might have been following you to your hotel room or to your car. You've had this feeling before.
Okay.
You recognize it.
What time is it?
It's getting to be after lunch now.
Okay. I'm going to get in my car. I'm parked like in like in front of the library.
Yeah, you're parked in a public area.
I'm gonna get in my car.
Okay.
And lock the doors.
All right.
And do I notice anybody watching me now that I can look a little bit more freely?
You.
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, there's not really a perception check.
It could be act under pressure, or
Yeah, you know what? That would probably be a good one. Go ahead and roll me and act under pressure. Good call.
Okay. Oh, not good.
Which ones did you roll? That one and that one? Yeah, so 6 plus.
Oh, what's my?
Cool. I don't know what your cool is.
Which cool?
I don't know. -1.
So it is a 5.
Yeah.
Strange
So go ahead
for a
and-
rock
Is it?
star.
It's +1.
That's -1.
Because you picked the top one, right? Oh, no, you picked the
I
bottom
picked the
one.
bottom one. The circle.
Yeah, the
Circle.
circle's a
-1.
So it's a 5.
Can I use my luck?
You can.
You definitely can.
What happens when I fail an act under pressure roll?
Shit goes to hell.
I would like to use a luck point.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am.
Go ahead and roll.
Just one.
What? I think you just get a
I
12.
just get a 12.
No, you just get 12.
Yeah.
Go ahead and mark yourself. Sorry, I meant to say mark yourself off a lot.
Yeah, I did. You still get the experience even if you use a luck point.
Yep. So,
I just don't want to be in danger by myself, you know?
as you are getting to your car, you're kind of like making your way swiftly to your car,
Yeah.
and you get a feeling like somebody's coming up behind you,
Right.
and like quick steps, you know, like somebody is out to get you, and you quickly jump in your car. You kind of fumble with your keys a little bit, unlock your car, get in and slam the door, and you look around. Nobody out there, except for the throngs of people passing by in the parking lot. But the hair on the back of your neck,
Yeah.
you get a little bit of a goosebumps.
I kind of look around and I leave.
Okay.
And when I leave, I take a very, very bad route. Like, not bad route, but I take a
Long.
roundabout route to the Ramcoda.
Okay. Are you using your cell phone to contact anybody else now that you?
Yeah, on
During
my
your
way. Yeah,
investigation?
I will call.
While you're driving, just...
I mean, there was no laws.
I
back
call
then.
before I leave, and I sit it in the drink cup. You know, I call Gray,
Okay.
whom I was introduced to him as Gray, right?
Yep.
Um,
So, Gray, you're like looking at all of this information in front of you that you got laid out like crazy person style, like thinking about stuff, and all of a sudden you hear the ring of your phone, and it kind of makes you jump a little bit, and you're like, oh god, that's right, I have a cell phone. And you look at the number. There was no caller ID then.
Yeah.
So
I think they just say incoming call.
yeah, you look and it says incoming call. Do you accept?
we exchange numbers,
But that doesn't matter because
Oh,
caller ID did not exist.
but it wouldn't even say the phone number.
No. You just said incoming call.
Okay.
Yep.
If that.
Pick up, you crooked swindler.
I mean, you did
Yeah.
give your number out to one person.
Yeah. I'll answer it.
Okay. So, voice from this morning answers your call, Danica. You guys are on a line together.
Gray, is that you, right? I dialed right. I hope.
Yes, you dialed right.
Okay. Well, I did some research at the library, and I think somebody noticed me doing it, and they have followed me out. I think I threw them off, but well, I'm mighty shook. I gotta tell you.
I'm sorry. Could you explain to me how you could get the feeling that you were being watched in a library?
Well, it was a feeling, and then I used my compact to look behind me, and there was some shifty sort of fellow, or fella. There was someone watching me, and they had a bit of sparkle in the eye. You know, I can't help but wonder if they are what we might be hunting.
Was that a metaphor, sparkle in the eye? Because so far it just seems like maybe you described someone who thought you looked attractive and was just getting a peek.
Now, I have been stalked by men and women who find me attractive. This was much different.
So he's a creeper.
It felt sinister. But that is beside the point.
Did you find any information while you were there getting stalked?
Yes, I did. It appears that the monster is... Well, all the children are under the age of 12, which I'm sure you know with your police records.
Yeah.
It also seems all homes are by a manhole cover, sewer system of sorts, and a park.
Yeah. I'm seeing, looks like it's the zoo.
Oh. Well, I fancy seeing a giraffe.
Well, I had a cow. That's about it.
No, zoos had all kinds of weird exotic animals in the 80s. They didn't have any animal protection laws back then.
Yeah.
Seems you found out quite a bit.
Well, there's definitely a lot of information that the police had that they, for whatever reason, don't seem to be interested in sharing, but got my contacts. So, have you run into Henrietta?
No, I have not. I have been at the library all afternoon. I am quite famished. Would you like me to pick up some takeout?
I'm quite alright. I've got plenty of food if I wish here.
Oh. Does the Ramcoda have room service?
They do for me.
Snap!
Alright. Why wouldn't they for me?
I don't know.
Well, I'll just ask them when I get there. I do have some ability to divine the future if we so would like to well, I'm just telling you what I can do if you think that it would be beneficial for us to peer behind the curtain.
I'm going to be honest, that is the weirdest proposition I've ever had from a woman.
Have you had many?
I've traveled the world.
Why does that matter? World over, they might still not want to proposition you.
You've got a point there. But, I can assure you, anyone can be won over.
Are you flirting with me, Mr. Gray?
I was under the impression it was the other way around.
Well, you have caught me red-handed. I find you quite the attractive older gentleman.
Okay, I don't know if older is really quite the group I fit in with, but
well, you are older than me, so are you not older?
All right, I see your point. Anyway,
All right.
So how about we try to find our friends?
They are to meet us at the Ramcoda.
Well,
honey, do you remember what Gray's name was? I know he was using some new fake name like Greg or something. Do you remember the last name?
No, I don't keep track of your friends.
You can read minds.
Exactly, I don't need to keep track of it.
I am just outside, Mr. Gray. I'm going to get a room for myself and for our friends. I'll leave their key at the front desk.
Fine. We'll go to the hotel.
I mean, we can just ask for the nicest dressed guy. Obviously, that's who we're gonna find.
You could just read the mind of the lady at the counter.
Concierge.
What's the concierge gonna tell me?
You can read their mind.
But, so you're assuming that they're immediately gonna start thinking about the person that we're talking about without any prompt?
Hey,
Fine, we will use the
so
prompt.
when I get to the Ramcoda, I will ask for rooms.
Okay.
Well, hello, sir. I need 2 rooms.
Okay.
One is with a single bed is fine. And then a double room, the bedroom. Whatever your nicest attires are.
Yeah, sure. I think we have some rooms down here on first floor.
Do they come with room service?
I mean, we can order takeout for you.
My friend is staying here, and he said that he received room service. I would like a room that room service is provided.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't have any room service.
I pull out my my platinum MasterCard, and I go, I would like a room with room service, please.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry. I did not know it. I apologize. And
2, please.
My apologies. And he quickly takes your card and runs it over and gives you 2.
I would leave this key at the front. Two lovely ladies are coming in to claim their key. A Miss Henrietta and Olivia. If you give it to them when they arrive.
Certainly, ma'am.
Thank you. I give them a tip.
Offer your card?
No, I give them some cash.
Okay.
Yeah, I give them like 20.
Sure. So he hands you your key for the elevator. He kind of explains how it works a little bit. You know, he's being polite, but still explaining how it works.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, you secured a couple rooms up in the penthouse.
And thank you, Daddy.
Okay. Anyway, we will cut over to Henrietta and Olivia. So you have finished speaking with Maria.
Do we want to check out the park before we head back to the Ramcoda?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are going to the
To
nearest
the park and see what's up with that.
Okay. So the park is a couple of blocks over, still visible from where you're at, on probably a little bit lower of a hill than the house that you currently were at. Just takes you, I don't know, 10 minutes to walk over there, unless you decide to drive.
Probably be faster to drive.
Yeah, we'll just take the truck.
Okay, so you take the truck, park alongside of the park. It is one of the family-friendly parks in the area. It's definitely seen its fair share of wear. There's monkey bars, swing set, merry-go-round, a small wooded area just off of a very small, probably T-ball diamond. So
Okay.
Can we check to see if there's any footprints that match the ones that we saw at the house?
yeah, since you are tracking it, why don't you go ahead and make me an investigate mystery?
Can I help her in any
You
way?
can help. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me help. Don't roll yet, please, because depending, you may get some bonuses.
I got an 8.
An 8. So you grant a +1, and then something else happens.
But you also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
Yes.
Been there, done that. It's your turn to get stalked.
Okay, so I am searching what I believe is an indigo, so that could be a +1.
Plus you get a +1 from Olivia helping you out.
Okay, so +2. And I am investigate mystery, which is my sharp, which is another +1. So that's a 10 total.
There you go. So you get a hold 2 as you investigate. You do manage to find a matching set of prints to the ones you saw by the house.
Alright, I guess the first question would be, where did it go?
As you follow this set of footprints, you actually see that it leads into the more wooded area in this particular area, but it is also won by a one of those small, male-female outdoor bathrooms kind of areas, so it leads in that general vicinity. The bathrooms themselves are kind of right up against the wooded area.
Okay.
Olivia, while Henrietta is very invested in these footprints, you, for a second, feel a chill up your spine. And even though the temperature out here is like a balmy 75, you exhale and see a little bit of your breath as you do so.
Do I recognize this as like something that Wendigos do, like hearing
Definitely
stories?
not.
Okay.
Not related whatsoever.
Okay.
You actually flash back a little bit to your childhood.
Oh, okay.
And the reason you get those chills up your back is it's something that definitely happened when you first discovered your powers.
Okay. So, do I know what this thing is that's causing... Like, because it happened before, am I reminiscing about it, like what I can do to help alleviate the situation? Or is it more of just like a constant, it just happens?
No. The breath happens once, but you know that this is symbolic to, and when you were younger, this would happen when spirits would come to visit you.
Oh.
When you first gained your powers.
Okay.
It has happened on hunts with Henrietta. Anytime you have encountered any other spirits as well, or guys, anything spiritual in nature.
Okay.
So it definitely feels like it doesn't have to be necessarily malevolent, but there is probably a spirit around.
So, question about telepathy. Since I can't see this ghost, I can't read its mind, correct?
Correct.
So then I will try and... I'm assuming I can cast magic to try and communicate with something that I don't share a language with?
Yep. So I'll allow you to do the communicate by using your use magic.
Okay. Oh, that's cocked. It was literally like half between...
That's fine.
So that's a 10.
10? Alright, so you get to choose your effect. You're choosing communicate.
Yep.
You reach out with your mind and try to communicate with the spirit that's causing this phenomenon in your area. And the voice you hear is that of a little girl. And she says, Are you after the monsters?
And I will answer back, yeah, we're trying to find something that might have taken some kids nearby. Are you Isabella?
No, but they took me at first, but I got so cold, and then I just fell asleep.
What's your name?
My name is Sarah.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know the list. Sarah, do you know how long you've been here, or how long ago that was?
It was a while ago. And she thinks for a second, and she says, What month is it?
It's September of 85, 86, 85.
And she says, That means I've been away from my mommy for like 6 months.
Oh. Do you know what took you from your mommy?
Yeah, it was the thing that goes under there, and she, like, you see a quick flash of her, and she appears nearby some of the bleachers that are right by the bathrooms that Henrietta is actually walking towards, and you see her, like, point. She is this small, like, maybe 8 to 9 year old girl, and she is dressed in pants and a button-up shirt, and it looks like she has been not fed in a really long time. She's gaunt, her eyes are sunken, and she points over towards where Henrietta is moving, but beyond it by just a little bit.
Okay.
They left me there.
Do you know? Can you tell me what this thing looked like? What took you?
It had shiny eyes. I didn't see anything else.
Shiny eyes.
It tied me up, and it didn't feed me for a really long time. I was so hungry.
Have you seen any other kids being taken nearby there?
Yeah, it took another one down there, too, a long time ago, but it's not where I was.
Okay. All you saw was shiny eyes. Did you see? Was it human? Was it a monster of some sort? I mean,
sometimes it was human, sometimes it wasn't.
Shapeshifter. I mean, I probably would know Wendigos are shapeshifters, right? Shapeshifter.
Wendigo have been known to disguise themselves.
Okay.
As humans too. I mean, it's not a good disguise, but the lore that you've learned from Henrietta is that they have definitely been able to disguise themselves long enough to get into a town or a village and abduct their prey.
Okay.
And it can definitely mimic noises.
Well, I appreciate your help, Sarah. Hopefully we can find some of its other victims and get rid of this beast that unfortunately seems to have taken your life. Is there anything I can do to help put you to rest?
Just tell my mommy I love her.
What is your mother's name?
Her name is, and she thinks for a while, and
Mom.
she says,
Her name is Mom.
Mom? Our last name is Hayes.
Hayes.
Livy, what's wrong over there?
Just, I messaged you in my head, just a minute, talking to some chick.
You see no chick.
Wait, what's going on over there?
Calm down.
Don't you tell me to calm down.
Don't you tell.
She ended up drugs.
Hold on.
My notes are...
Notes?
No, I can't read them.
Well, I appreciate your help, Sarah, and I'll make sure to tell your mom that you love her and that you miss her and tell her goodbye. And I will break the connection with her.
And she kind of does that kind of like TV kind of blip away.
And I will start heading over to Henrietta. And
Who the fuck is Sarah?
I didn't say her name yet. But I'll say I was talking to a little girl who passed away. Her name was Sarah Hayes. She died about 6 months ago by, I'm assuming, the Wendigo. It's a shapeshifter, shiny eyes. She was very famished. Do you know if the Wendigos hold on to their victims? Because I know they go into hibernation.
Yes. So just like stock in a cooler, they would take victims and hide them in areas for hibernation.
They will hold people there and they go into hibernation. They can keep people there for weeks or months.
But wouldn't they want to keep them alive so that the meat is fresh? I mean, this little girl died of probably starvation.
It's complicated, honey.
Well,
Wendigos are born from starvation and cannibalism. They probably don't care what state their prey is in.
that's probably accurate.
They were born off of eating what's available. They're more than likely to eat what's available. They're terrible beasts.
Well, Sarah said the Wendigo took her over here, and I'll point in the direction where Sarah pointed.
And you actually see Olivia points beyond the rest area, but just a little bit. The tracks you had been following up to the rest area seem to disappear at the rest area.
So we have to go past to find its potential lair or wherever it's keeping these bodies. Depending on if there are any, we can at least...
You still have hold 1 on your investigation, as well as +1 from ongoing if you are continuing your investigation.
Okay. So the tracks end here.
Mm-hmm. At the restroom.
At the restroom. What happened here?
So, oddly enough, the tracks themselves seem to almost indicate that it went into the restroom itself, which is really odd. Out of place unless there is somewhere that your quarry could perhaps hide.
Okay.
But it doesn't really correlate with the idea that Sarah was just beyond.
Now, I trust you, honey, but
I mean, why would I
let's check these rooms over here. So I'll try the woman's restroom.
Okay. So you head into the restroom. Nothing out of the ordinary here. There's about 4 stalls and a wash sink as well. There is a small drain in the center of the room in case it floods. The normal. Graffiti in the bathroom. Obviously, it's going to happen in public parks.
Okay. I'll go and check the men's room.
Okay. So you go into the men's restroom. There are 3 urinals and 2 stalls in here, and a drain as well. But as you go into the men's restroom, there seems to be something, either an overflowing toilet in one of the stalls, or one of the sinks was left on, your choice. But it's draining into the center. And instead of that, slight drop-off that you hear in the center of those rooms where it kind of hits a pipe and goes along its way, it's further dropping. It's landing on concrete instead of in a pipe.
Okay. Can I investigate this room to see where that sound is coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an investigate mystery.
Ooh.
Oof, that's an oof.
That's a 4. Does my investigate in
Ongoing.
Ongoing?
Am I ongoing?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5.
Plus your sharp.
Plus my sharp is 6.
Still a fail.
Do I have anything going on for me right now?
You do not have it ongoing.
Son of a bitch.
You look down into this drain. You tell Olivia to try to kind of block the light so you can see down below. So there's still some light coming in. and you do your best to like take your jacket or something, and there is like one of those windows that's probably about this big. That's it pulls open and down. In fact, I'm gonna have you make me an investigate mystery as you do so. But as she goes to block out the light, you look down below. The only thing you see is two glowing eyes staring back at you in a low growl, and then it takes off.
Fuck.
I got a 7.
7. All right.
Experience.
So you have
What's
a
that?
hold 1.
Don't forget your experience because you failed.
I did.
Yes.
But remind you guys, and since you are together and we have both been solo, you can help your friend.
I mean, I tried, and then I got a ghost girl.
Yeah.
So
You can, but you
It could
can
have been worse. I
offer
thought that was the best outcome.
the help action with your friends to give them a +1 forward.
I just don't have a lot of cool, so I'm just straight rolling. So if I, don't roll decent, I'm gonna have something bad.
I'll say to her, shit, it's down there.
Go ahead and give me. You have a hold 1, so something about this window seems off.
Okay.
As you go to like close it up so you can, completely shut it off.
I'll say, what was it going to do? In terms of the window, like, was it trying to leave through the window, or was it trying to hide something through the window, or?
So, as you pull the window, it seems like this window has been broken on multiple occasions. Like, the hinges themselves have been, taken out. Somebody clumsily put them together, so this awning, or this window, is definitely wide enough for a slim person to fit through. There is some kind of substance that has caught the outside of the window. It's kind of gelatinous as you look at it. Kind of flesh-colored, but pale.
Okay. Does it look like skin has been sloughed off, kind of thing?
It definitely looks like maybe the outside window or something has caught, the skin, or maybe the window itself has caught the skin of something and torn it.
Okay. Does the skin? I guess I don't know how many questions I have. I'm just trying to understand more. About
We'll
the
wrap
skin.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Does the skin look unnatural? Does it look similar to like human skin, or does it look like it's a gray or different colored type of skin?
It's definitely a gray, but you get the feeling that it's gray because it's been there for a while out in the elements.
Okay.
It perhaps was skin colored at one point in time.
Okay, so it could be a kid's skin, or it could be the shapeshifter skin. There's no way to know because of the elements.
Yeah, it's been out there quite a while.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I'll point it out to Henrietta, hey, I found something in this window.
And as you do, you hear Henrietta go, fuck.
Oh, what did you do?
We found it. Shit, what you got?
There's some skin in the window. I don't know if it was trying to escape through the window or if it used it to get in. I mean...
Doesn't fucking matter. It just confirms it. We need to get the others.